camera angle correctly? Yes, we are. Oh, okay. So, I mean, hopefully I'm dressed appropriately for TikTok. I mean, we do have this glittery number right here. We have 2 different earrings, because why would I not be wearing 2 different earrings? I can manage AI summaries and settings. You're notifying viewers that I'm live. Thank you so much. But also, please don't say that I'm trying to solicit adult activity, because I'm not. Because this is just a chat among like-minded individuals. That's all we're doing. I have a hood on. See, I'm properly covered. I might as well just join the convent at this point. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but we have a lot to cover, and I have my Buddha juice right here. And then, of course, I have my flat water, because, you know, we like the 2 of them together. Oh, and I want to show you a new friend. I wanna show you my new friend. Say hello to my little friend. I love going like this with balls, because it's just so much fun. Like, it feels so soothing on my palms, just going like this with balls. I fucking love it. So that's what you might see me doing. Just know that it's very comforting when I do that. But I'm gonna put him down for now, because we have some topics to cover. Because I was debating if I should separate these into different videos, but I was like, you know what, I might as well just have fun with it and do a live stream, because right now it's Saturn Day where I'm at. I don't know where you guys are at, but thank you all for joining the chat. I didn't mean to rhyme, but I do it all the time. Okay, so anyway, Saturn, when they say it's like a day of rest and you should relax and have fun, Saturn actually, in astrological terms, is a day where you do your best work. So I always find that I do my best work on Saturn days. So, like, that's why I want to get all of this information out on Saturn Day, because Papa Smurf, that's my nickname for Saturn. I call him Papa Smurf. He's in my big 3 of my dominant planets. Okay, so, and I believe in astrology. If you don't, you don't need to, you know what I'm saying, like, whatever, but that's just my belief. So anyway, so contrary to what you've been taught, because a lot of things that what we've been taught are not necessarily the truth, but Saturday is actually the day where you are getting your work done. Things that you do to benefit you in the material realm. Now, it can feel like play, but it still might be considered work. But, you know, this is my work. This is my channeling, but I call it play, because work is a 4-letter word. And so is play, but it don't fucking matter. So anyway, I was hanging out with what's his name? I was hanging out with my boy Eddie. Eddie and I, whenever I do gardening activities, I hang out with Eddie. So I was hanging out with Eddie last night, okay, and we were gardening till like fucking 5:30 in the morning, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, wow, like Eddie just kept coming through, right? And I was like, okay, fine, you know. And I channeled a lot of stuff, and this is what I do. So technically the work that I did, which is what I do, like, I take an inventory, I take an audit of my own beliefs. I like to do that like once a week, and I hang out with Eddie, and then we flow with it, and we put on some good trance music, as I have on now with my lavender earbuds, and we just let things come up. Then we do an audit, which is that's what they do in Scientology also. And this is going to be all over the place, because I had some wine with my main meal of the day, and now I'm having my cut water. So, I mean, damn. But you know what? It's like the cut water just be calling me, the mango margarita just be calling me, and whenever Cutwater calls me, I pick up the phone, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, so I was chilling out with I was chilling with Eddie, okay? So Eddie is basically a good friend of mine, and we hang out and we do some auditing once a week, and this is what I like to call clear the cache. So if you're familiar with my content, I say you want to clear the cache, you want to clear the browser history every so often, just like if you're on Safari or if you're on Google or whatever, but Firefox, I don't know what the fuck what browsers are, right? But if you don't clear the cache, there's going to be a whole bunch of shit coming up in the search results until you clear all history. So what I recommend, if it so behooves you, if you so desire, you want to take inventory, you want to clear the cache. I do it like once a week, and I just let the thoughts come, and then if there's a fear-based thought, what happens is that I go in and I look at it, and I'm like, okay, so that's still going on in the browser history, and then I do my best to delete that. So this is what I wrote in my notes about deleting browser history, if I can fucking get to it. Oh, yes, we can get to it just perfectly. So now this, let's see, things that process. Okay, so when you're doing an audit, if you decide to do this, what you're going to do is just allow whatever thoughts to come up to be. You're not going to judge them, you're just going to look at them, but you're also going to notate how they make your physical vessel feel. Now, if your physical vessel starts feeling fear, constricted, you feel a constriction here, you feel something in like your lower chakra region, you know what I'm saying, like a GI and things like that. You know, we don't want to get too graphic because, I mean, TikTok doesn't like when I get graphic, but I don't get graphic, at least not the way that they think with, you know, starts with a P and rhymes with corn. But anyway, so what you want to do is notate how your vessel is processing that thought. And if it's unfavorable to you because you're going judgment, then you're going to say a more favorable statement. You're going to realize that that's still in the cache, so you're going to say, okay, whenever I think of XYZ topic or ABC topic, I'm now going to input a new search command. So whatever that topic is, if you have noticed that it causes a constriction in your vessel, an unpleasant sensation, you're going to pick one statement, you don't need a million fucking affirmations, you're going to pick one fucking statement, you're just going to go with it, and then you can notate like, okay, when this topic comes up, boom, I'm going to think of something. And while you're doing this in the audit, okay, and when I'm doing this with Eddie, it's very easy for me to do it because Eddie expands my mind. My boy Eddie does. He helps me to expand my mind. Now sometimes, you know, people don't work with Eddie. You can do this however, but I personally like to work with Eddie when I do this, okay? Because it's like, whoa, like you're seeing, because Eddie, he's like the little cousin of Gus. Gus is a whole lot of fun, but they both, you know, they both have similar effects on the mind, okay? So I'll let the thought come, and then I'll think of one statement. I'm like, okay, this is still in the cache, it's still here, okay? Now, sometimes a thought will come up that where a former version of me, if you want to say, might have been triggered, as they say. Triggered just means that your body is having that feeling of like restriction or constriction, whatever the fuck you want to call it, okay? It's not feeling free, it's feeling it's feeling presently unpleasant. What you're going to do, just pick an affirmation in that moment where it comes up when you're auditing, and you're going to negotiate what makes your vessel feel calmer, because it has to be a marriage betwixt the conscious and the subconscious mind, because the conscious is like the thoughts and the subconscious is the emotions. So you want to make sure that they're married and they're coexisting peacefully together. They have a wonderful fucking marriage. And then you're going to just, you know, you're going to toy with it. What makes me feel better? Okay, boom. So now whenever that topic comes up, you can write it down. I didn't write it down. I'm just looking at all the notes that I made from whatever, because like at this point, I'm like, okay, like I got this. If that comes up, I say this. But whatever, if you want to write it down, you can write it down. And I would suggest that you do. So basically, would think of a statement while you're auditing that makes your physical vessel feel calmer. Okay, cool. So now then you're gonna, as you're auditing, if another area of your life comes up, you're gonna see how that makes your vessel feel. If it feels light, if it feels calm, it feels neutral, okay, cool. You move forward. You just let them come up, because remember, you're not the thought and you're not the emotion either. You're the observer of them, and you are the one who is playing the game. So you're the one that gets to change what goes on in the search history at any point, okay? So in Scientology, like I said, this is, please, I have the book Dianetics. I'm not saying I agree or disagree with Scientology, but this is what really auditing is. It's just going through different beliefs, okay? And I was doing this before I even knew that that was a thing in Scientology, but I do have the book Dianetics, and I think it's very, very fucking interesting. And I don't follow, I'm not part of the Church of Scientology. If anyone asks, I don't participate in any type of practice like that. I do my own thing because I'm a sovereign individual. Okay, so anyway, whatever thoughts come up, you don't judge them, but you process how they feel in your vessel, and then you're like, okay, do I like this sensation? Yes, okay, moving forward. Relax, allow the next thought to come up, but if you don't like it, you think of a phrase that, in that moment right there, your vessel is going to tell you what's going to calm you down when you think of that topic, and then you write down that phrase that calms you down, and then whenever that topic comes up again, you say that phrase, and all is well, and everything is perfect, okay, cool. So, psycho-cybernetics, yes, I've heard of that one. I think I have it on audiobook. I never listened to the whole thing. I don't know if they're similar. I really have no idea, but psycho-cybernetics I heard is like a big one too. Okay, so that's number one, auditing. Okay, that's how you evaluate what beliefs are still running in your subconscious that are unwanted. Because if you have a belief that every time you go to the casino, you win $5,000, then when you think of that, you're not going to feel bad about it. It's either going to process as exciting or neutral, and like, so if something like that occurs, then you just let it go. Okay, so that's how you clear the cache. And yes, this will be posted on YouTube for those of you, as I rub my magic 8-ball here. I just like, isn't this so fucking amazing? I had a magic 8-ball, one of those, when I was a child. It's like bigger than that, and it would like tell fortunes, and I remember I was so into it. It was like a toy, but it was like a magic 8-ball, like this big about, and I would ask it questions. That's how I fucking really knew I was into divination and psychic arts and things like that. But whatever, it's all your belief. Okay, so if you believe something, of course it's gonna fucking happen. Yo, the 8-balls were fucking lit. They were fucking lit, I'm telling you. Ooh, Y2K ass crack. Yo, what is up? Thank you for the gift. Thank you for joining. I always love when I see your username in here, because that shit just makes me giggle all the time. I fucking love it. That is so fucking lit. Now, here we go. Okay, so that's topic number one, how to audit. What the fuck did I do here? Oh, I have something so exciting. Okay, so that's how you audit. Ooh, Y2K ass crack, love you. Thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate it. Okay, so here's what happens, right? When a collective belief happens. Now, I wanna tell you something about. There was this thing going around, and I saw it in the manifestation talk community, and like I had a few individuals ask me about it, and of course my response was, well, you don't want to ask me what that means. You want to ask yourself, what does that mean to you? Because it's going to go with whatever meaning you assign to it, right? Because you're the one in your reality who's assigning the meaning. So, and this kind of piggybacks off of the video that I posted yesterday about collective ideas in the matrix. Okay, in my opinion, which I'm totally like whacked out of my mind, and I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm sipping cut water, but I am covered. So yeah, so I have a degree in nothing but being me, so don't ever take my word as gospel, because I have no idea what I'm talking about, and this is just for entertainment purposes. When there is a collective trend going around, okay, in the manifestation community, like what's been going on is that the ring my bell type of thing, and I forget the artist. I know it's like a famous, quote quote famous person. I don't recall, but do you guys remember that fucking trend? I don't know if it's still going around, but it'd be like, when you play this sound, your manifestations come in. Okay. And everyone was jumping on that. Everyone was jumping on that. And me, when I see everyone jumping on some shit, I'm like, I don't know about that. So here's the thing, okay? Ring my bell, right? Oh, I just so happen to have a bell. So bells are known from like a spiritual metaphysical sense as either warding off or summoning energy. Okay, so that song specifically going around on TikTok, okay, TikTok on the clock. You're spending your time on TikTok being entertained, many times mindlessly, because I've done this too, where I'm just looking at random videos of weird shit. Okay, TikTok, your time is being spent doing something that the collective is doing something that the collective is participating in. And that's where these trending things come from. So everyone gets on and starts doing the same thing, okay? Now, what does this mean for you? Now, the thing, ring my bell, can mean whatever you want it to mean. If you want to play that sound, if you want to play that song and you want to set the intention that it's positive for you, it's still your meaning. But when anything like that is going around the trending shit, there's also a larger collective where something is being summoned in. So the thing that I discovered yesterday is that whatever that trend, you know, if it's still going around or not, the intention behind it, why that big thing was put out there, and I'm saying big loosely because nothing is really big or small. I mean, you know what I'm saying, but it was trending because ring my bell, to ring a bell means that they're summoning something. Okay, so whatever matrix algorithm is going on that the masses are following, they are blindly, if they do not set their proper intention, they are blindly summoning now with their energy, ooh, thank you, whatever script is out there for them to summon. And how collective ideas are formed, like I said in that video where I have my little pictograms, okay? I know you love my pictograms. So the collective ideas, such as you have to work and earn money, love is hard, you need a doctor to tell you that you're healthy, which, by the way, they're all very real ideas. Of course they're real, yeah, because you don't know yourself as well as anyone outside. So yes, you should listen to that. Okay, don't listen to me because I don't know what I'm talking about. But when there's a collective idea out there, even if it's something trending on something as you think is minute as a social media app such as TikTok, that's still an idea to summon and harness the collective's energy to go to that thing. So if you are doing it blindly, okay, let's say a news story comes on and you are seeing something and you're feeling your emotions ramp up, you just gave energy to that collective idea, and that collective idea is now going to grow larger because the collective, okay, not the individual, the collective feeds off of the energy of the individual, which is what powers the matrix. Because in my opinion, because I'm not a professional and I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm absolutely mad as a hatter and batshit crazy, it's powered off of ideas, and it feeds off of emotions, especially fears. And that's why you have all of these rules and limitations, right? Because it's meant to instill fear, okay? So that's why you also have these things go around. If you don't use this sound, so-and-so is not gonna, you're never gonna hear from so-and-so ever again. Morena, what's up? How are you? Thank you, Miss Pickles. So there are ideas that are just put out in the collective for whatever reason. Anyone can have their opinion on it. That quite frankly, you know, that's not a manifestation content topic. It's something else. But there are ideas out there that you even see on TikTok. And if you blindly follow just what everyone says, use this sound and so will text you in 30 seconds. And you're hyping up whatever energy that is. And you don't know what that energy is being used for. Okay, so this is where energetic siphoning happens. And then now, because you gave your power, because remember, the matrix cannot exist without you, because if you didn't exist, where would all of this be? It wouldn't exist either, right? So that is harnessing your energy to say, I'm going to use this sound and now I'm going to do that, but really on the collective scale, why that sound is out there, especially ring a bell, especially with the connotation. If you really, you know, I know a lot of individuals, they don't want to sit back and do the research. That's why I fucking do the research, because I fucking have an interest in this shit, okay? Ringing a bell is like you're signaling to something, okay? That's why you have a doorbell. It's like, hello, like, you want something to arrive. You're summoning something. You're summoning a visitor. So what is that visitor that is being summoned in the collective? Why that sound ring my bell was trending, I don't know, and I don't care, because it has nothing to do with me. So you want to be mindful. If everyone else is doing it, if everyone else is feeding into a story, what they're doing is they're creating in that fourth dimensional field more of that story to be amplified in general, but also to themselves, because they're the ones that are always manifesting, and because this is harnessing your energy, your creative power. So now you're like, okay, if I don't play ring my bell, then I'm not going to get this or I'm not going to get that. And that's not the case. But beliefs are instilled into you for whatever reason they are. Okay, and like I said, it's just another, you know what I mean? It's just another program out there. Ooh, Morena, nice. So much has happened. Well, I'm looking forward to chatting again whenever you're ready. Always a pleasure speaking with you, girl. So you want to be mindful of what you are giving energy to. Okay, so that's something else that, you know, me and Eddie, we're discovering. Okay, these trending sounds, it's like, yes, if you feed into them, you're feeding into them from a third dimensional level, but there's also why is that thing even out there from like the collective consciousness perspective? Okay, it's summoning something. And I don't need to know anything about what the, you know, why it's out there. I don't care, right? I care about what's going on in my realm. So whatever's going on in that realm, okay. Now I see people jumping on the bandwagon, playing ring my bell. They think it's going to get their manifestations, but it might, if that's your perception, but it's also, they want energy and focus placed there. So this is why a lot of times when there's like a big story that comes out like in the news or social media or something, I don't pay attention to it, because I'm like, well, it's just going to get bigger. So whenever anyone, and it's so crazy, because whenever I come on here and people be like, have you heard of so-and-so? Or do you know what this person meant by that? I'm like, who? Because I'm so in my own realm that I don't even really pay attention to pop culture, honestly. And I just told you why. Because it's like, does that have anything to do with me? Do I give a shit? No. Like, because I get to decide what's relevant in my reality, you know? Exactly, Goddess Chelsea. Ooh, what is up, Ashley S? Good to see you. So, that's, friends, was something else. I do have a lot of notes. Oh, Jesus. Here's something that's going to be really trippy. Here's something, and this is my personal thing. Ooh, thank you for the gift, Ashley. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, so here's something. Now, some of you in the chat, okay, you might have noticed, ooh, thank you for the gifts. Thank you so much. When you're up leveling in consciousness, and this is my opinion, okay, because I look at this as a video game. So when you're up leveling in consciousness, you begin to develop more superpowers. And again, this is totally for entertainment purposes. I might be a little tipsy, and I might not know what I'm talking about. I'm just mad as a hatter, okay? So don't listen to what I'm saying. But I am covered. I'm wearing a hood. Like a druid priest. If you are up leveling in consciousness, you're going to start to become aware of these upgrades taking place, because this is another thing that I have noticed, okay? This is another thing that I have noticed with me in particular. I can tell when I'm getting an upgrade, because I will literally feel like the neurons in my brain doing shit, okay? And I'm like, whoa, and I feel it and I sense it. And I don't know if anyone else, Jane, I'm happy you're here too, welcome. Okay, so I was thinking about this because as I was hanging out with my boy Eddie, okay, what was happening was that I was feeling, and you know, this happens sometimes randomly while I'm just like doing nothing too, but like I was feeling like my consciousness expand, and I felt like inside my brain, because your brain is a computer, right? It's a supercomputer. I was feeling things wiring, and I don't know how to explain it other than that. It's like you actually feel it from like an energetic level, okay? So then I immediately channeled the word peptides, okay? So the peptides, you know, there's a whole big definition with peptides here. I don't have it here. I have it on my phone, but I'm like talking on my phone. But basically, I got the word peptides. So peptides in the humanoid vessel are really, if you want to look it up, like I received this information. So what's happening is that it's activating something in the adrenal glands or the pituitary gland, and I believe the pituitary gland is like corresponding to the pineal gland. I'm not exactly certain, but basically it was confirmation that like the activity that I felt in like literally in my brain, like I felt it physically. I'm like, whoa. It's like if you're updating the software on your phone and you know you have it plugged in and you're just, the phone is just updating, but you're not doing anything on the phone will tend to get a little warm, okay, because the software is updating. So if you have ever felt like any of these sensations in your brain, and I'm not talking about like if you're watching, you know, an ASMR video, I'm not talking about that where, oh, I'm gonna start tingling. No, I'm talking about like if you're just chilling, relaxing, minding your business, okay? Jamie, thank you. Peptides equal building blocks. Yes. Okay. So, I don't, like I said, I have the exact definition. I screenshot it on my phone, but peptides are basically, being formed. Okay. They're being formed in your mind. And that's what I felt like with the upgrade. So if you ever have a sensation where you feel like there's like something in your brain and you feel it like things moving around in there, which again, I'm totally crazy. I'm batshit. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's what's really happening. It's like you're updating the software. Much like you're updating the software on your phone and the phone gets a little warm. It's like your brain activity. It's like, oh, we're installing this, okay? And because what I was doing was clearing the cache of, you know, I was doing an audit of beliefs. I was clearing the cache, so that's what was happening. Like the software was getting upgraded because I kept going through different beliefs and I was processing like how are they processing in the vessel compared to the mind, and then, you know, so that it just means that the software is working, okay? Now it's the same thing also with there's something else that I channel. I was channeling a lot. Like I said, we were up to like, okay, it was like daylight and we were still up, okay? So let's say, what else were we channeling? Peptides, yes, okay. Okay, so how to tell also, how to, if let's say you've had an experience, okay, if you had it once listening to Michael Jackson. Oh, hell yeah. I love me some Michael Jackson music. Fuck yeah. You had that happen to you too. You see, I'm telling you guys, this thing, that's what it means. That's what it means. It just means the software is updating, okay? So which means you graduated into a level of consciousness, in my opinion. But again, I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm batshit insane and I'm living in Delulu land. And this is all for entertainment purposes. None of this is real, by the way. This is just me talking out my booty hole. Okay, so anyway, okay, so I've had this happen also. So perhaps some of you have, where if you are, let's say you're sitting or you're standing or whatever you're doing, okay, you're chilling, okay, and all of a sudden like a wave of energy hits and you don't know what it is, but it's like, whoa. Like it's just like, it's like, imagine you're at the beach, and I know that I probably said this before, but you're probably like, you're at the beach and then like a big wave comes and you don't fall, right, but you feel the wave and you're like, whoa, but only this time it's like you feel it inside your body. Okay, so it's like you can be still, but you feel a wave of energy and you're like, what the fuck is that? That also means, okay, it can mean a few things, because remember, everything is made of energetic waves, okay? Everything, Jesus, what the fuck did I touch here? Oh God, this is so boring. Okay, let me put that down for a minute because it's boring me. So when you have a wave of energy that hits you, where it's like you're literally, you feel like you're standing at the beach and a wave came and you're like, whoa, that means, okay, it means number one, you shifted timelines. That means that a version of you that was running parallel to this version of you coincided, and it's like your energies coalesced. It's like, whoa, it's like it hits you like that. Number two, especially if you're having an emotion, okay, so let's say if there's like a wave of emotion that processes through you, but you don't. Here's the thing, a lot of times individuals, they will try to repress their emotions. Okay, and this is why everyone that I work with, I tell them there's nothing wrong with having an emotion, but you want to let it flow through you. If a wave of emotion just flows through you and you don't stop it, if you just let it out, it will also, oh my God, well, that's a message for someone, because I don't ever cough. Someone has a message coming in, or someone needs to say something that was on their mind, but they have not said it, and you need to, either someone is going to express their true feelings for you or say what they have to say, or you're going to do it, or both. But the time needs to happen now. That was a message for someone in the chat, or maybe later on YouTube when you're watching this video. That was fucking weird, because we're talking about wave of emotion. So I feel like when I said that, someone might have thought about a person and a wave of emotion came up, okay, and it kind of shook you like as if you were at the beach. Okay, so when that happens, when that wave hits you, you just want to let it flow. You don't want to stop it, because in my other videos, which one of my videos got taken down, I don't know the fuck why, but I posted on my other channel talking about the chakras and everything, which of course chakras are not real, because Western science does not believe in chakras, so chakras are purely for entertainment purposes. Okay, so yeah, so if you let the wave of emotion just flow, it's gonna feel like that in your vessel. Like you could be standing still, but you're gonna feel it inside. I don't know how to explain it. You just let it out, okay? You let it out, and that's how you know that that energetic form has left your vessel. Okay, because you feel the wave of it. It's like it's lifting out. It's like when they talk in the Bible, okay, and you know, I like reading the Bible as like a metaphor, not necessarily like taken literally. But when they say that like Jesus, he was, you know, bringing demons out of motherfuckers, okay, that's what that means. A demon, and because that's something else that I have to talk about on here, because that's what I channeled, okay, so we're going to get into that, but you know, everything just coincides, it's all together, you know, we're all one. Even though we're individuals, but we're all one. So So those waves, it means that the thing is leaving you. If you do not try to obstruct it. So if you want to think of it, you feel a certain way about a topic, but like consciously you're like, I don't want to think about that topic, right? So then what's going to happen, a wave of emotion is going to hit you regarding to that topic, and you try to suppress it. It's like a dam. It's like the Hoover motherfucking dam. And then what's going to happen? All that water is going to build up, and it's going to build up, and it's going to slowly trickle out, right? But the majority of the water is be backed up in your fucking system. Then you're going to be emotionally fucking constipated, and you're going to be feeling like shit for the majority of your experience, and you don't know why. But I know the reason why, and the reason why for entertainment purposes only is because you didn't let the waves just flow through you. Because everything is made of waves. Check out quantum mechanics double slit experiment, please. Everything resides in energy. Okay, even the phone that I'm talking to you guys on, it's just waves that are slowed down. So when you feel a wave hit, you don't try to do anything, you just let it flow through you. That is a belief system coming out that is auditing, that is clearing the cache, okay? So if you feel the electrodes in your fucking head doing shit, if you feel waves of energy, it either means you jumped a timeline or a belief system, a demon is being cast out of you. Now, we're going to get into, let's talk about what demons are. Do you want to talk about this? Because, I mean, this can be manifestation. It's always for entertainment purposes, of course, like, because I'm an entertainer. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I came straight from Delulu land. Like, I just landed here, you know what I'm saying? So, when they're talking in the Bible about Jesus, and then, like, you know, he cast the demons out and shit, what that means is removing a thought form, an energetic body. And if you want to think about, you really, I mean, you could do what you want, but if you want more information, just the way that dimensions are operating, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only, strictly for entertainment, thought forms are fourth dimensional, okay? And they can take on an emotional body, and the thought forms coupled with the emotional body, if they are something that you feel is detrimental and you do not let it flow out, like in the wave that I just, was speaking about, what is going to happen is that now the thing can seem to take on a life of its own, aka a demon. Okay, so this is why, like, you know, with manifestation and like metaphysics and all this stuff, like religion, you know, you can maybe look at it as like similar things, but really what a demon is a thought form that now it kind of like coagulated into this big energetic mass, but it's not happening in your 3D vessel. It's like happening in that dam that you decide to shut out. You closed it off, you repressed it, you repressed it, you repressed it. I like that smacking sound. Fuck yes, okay? You repressed it. And then if you repress something, if you don't let it flow out, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then it becomes a demon. And then what happens, because everyone in here is creating their own experience, but now whoever it is has a repressed thought form that turned into emotion. Now there's like a thing that's really haunting them, right? Okay, they're fucking haunting the individual now because they're creating their experience. They're going to see manifestations of that idea, of that thought form in the 3D. Because like I said, the more focus you place on something in the thought form and emotion, especially if you marry the two of these motherfuckers, you're going to start to see it like instantaneously a lot of times in your 3D. And that's what a demon is. So let's look at it from the religious perspective. A demon has a name and they have cloven hoofs, whatever the fuck, okay? I mean, they're really deities, you know, in my opinion, okay? A demon is something that you fucking carry. It's not outside of you. but there can be personifications of demons because now you have an idea. Let's say, okay, hold on. I need me a sippy sip. Fuck yeah. So if you have a thought form, okay, everyone that you date is a sociopath. Well, let's just go with that, okay? Then what's going to happen is that you're so fixated on that, but you're repressing that, okay? So now it has to come out in another way. It has to like explode somehow, right? It's like the dam breaks because there's so much energy in there that you chose to just try to repress, okay? But you can't fake an emotion. like you can calm yourself down, but you cannot fake an emotion, okay? So basically, if you have the idea that everyone is a sociopath that you go out with, now that's a demon in your thought form, right? They're not real, but because you carried it within you, you're gonna start to see everyone that you date is a sociopath. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's personified now as a person, or you're gonna start to encounter random individuals that you don't even date as and they're gonna be a sociopath, and they can be personified. Why? Because you are holding the energy of sociopath here in the 4D. You in the 3D from your ego, it's like you're repressing it, you're afraid of it because you're like, all I need to do is just let this go, clear the cache, and like I know that there's, you know, if I believe it, then yeah, it's going to be real. But if I don't believe it, if I just let it go, it's not going to be real. But the ego is holding on to it because for some reason it's familiar with sociopath. Meanwhile, people, whoever the fuck was a sociopath. So you might not like that dynamic, but it feels fucking familiar. So you latched onto it, right? It's like it's like you're sucking off the sociopath fucking idea in your fucking mind, okay? So what's going to happen is that now what you perceive as a sociopath is going to keep presenting itself to you. And then you're going to look at it from the ego perspective. You see, they did this, they said that. You see, I knew they were a sociopath. But that's not what is happening. That is a demon that you had, which was an idea that now it personified into a person, into a 3D event, into a 3D experience. But it was all created within you. So here's the thing with like demons and angels and things like that, right? It's not necessarily a person, although they can be personified, right? So if someone is really believing, like, I always have angels watching out for me, it's the same thing. It's an idea. But this is an idea that to the individual, it's serving them. I'm gonna fix my hood, fuck yeah. It's serving them. I always have angels looking out for me. Or I always have demons looking out for me, matter of fact, whatever, because we don't discriminate. Angels and demons is the same thing, different degree, okay? Whatever is always looking out for me. So then what's going to happen, maybe some incident occurs in the 3D, a fucking angel or a demon swoops in and handles it for you. But it's a person. It's like a physical fucking person, you know, right, in a flesh vehicle. And it's like, okay, wow, I was proven right. I'm shown that I'm always protected because I have so-and-so looking out for me. So it's like angels and demons, they're thought forms that you married with an emotion because you kept thinking about it so much. And sometimes they can come disguised, personified in the flesh, incarnate, because you were the one that was carrying that idea within you. So then that's why you can have these weird situations occur where you just happen to encounter this specific individual at that time because they were already brewing within you, homie. They were already fucking brewing within you, okay? So the thing that you want to keep in mind is that a demon, first, it has to come from you. You don't, and like, I've had demons. I fucking have. But see, now, the only difference is I'm cool with my fucking demons. I'm cool with them. And because I'm cool with my demons, they don't fucking bother me. There is no thought that is going to disrupt me. Like, it might, I'm not saying like never, ever, 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 right? But like for the most part, for like 95% of the time, a thought comes up, I'm immediately like, no. And that's all you have to do. You just say no, okay? Because a thought form is a demon. But then if I continue to feed energy, like I said, like you're feeding energy to that story, ring my bell, you're summoning something. You're ringing the bell, you're calling it into you. So that thing has no choice but to appear. So you make friends with your demons. You make friends with them. What are the thought forms that would have triggered a former version of you? Did they trigger you now, or can you look at them and be like, yeah, what's up? You see what I'm saying? And then we can get into like the esoterics and things like that, because I've had encounters with dark energy that I recognized was not mine, but I still recognize it for what it was because I believe in that type of stuff. So again, it all comes down to what you believe. But a demon in and of itself is a thought form that was left unchecked, and it grew, and it's like a fungus, okay, that just multiply. Not fun Gus, like my boy Gus, because no, my boy Gus, he's a whole lot of fun, but fungus, it multiplies rapidly. Like you could have a fucking mushroom overnight, you know what I'm saying? Like, because they multiply fast. So if you leave it unchecked, all of a sudden it's an emotion. And now you have the thought and the emotion, they're married, they're in unity. So it's like, that's why it's happening fast. This is why. Here's something interesting, okay, that I'm gonna let you all know. That when someone is talking to me, like one-on-one, they're like, oh, but you know, they'll say something to the effect of things that they don't want, or bad things happen quickly. But the good things don't happen quickly. Number one, okay, that's how you're looking at it, so that's what's gonna fucking play out for you, right? Number one. But number two is because of what I just said, okay? So it's like you let that thought form go unchecked for such a long time that now became a fungus that just grew and grew and grew, and now it's all over the fucking place in your subconscious mind, and you never cleared the cache because you tried to suppress it, you tried to deny it, you just, maybe you fell for that bullshit. Oh, well, I have to be in a high vibration and feeling good all the time for things to work out. Whatever, you tried to suppress it, you built up a dam, boom, there's so much energy there, the dam explodes. But it's the energy that your ego is used to. So your ego, here's the thing, here's the difference between the conscious and the subconscious mind, okay? Here's the difference though. If the conscious mind, your thoughts and your emotions, what you have been having running in the background for a long time, if you never cleared the cache, your conscious mind is like, boom. Your subconscious mind is like, no, 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 no. Because that's what's familiar, and because the ego is designed to defend and protect the story that the subconscious has going on. It's like the defender of the feeling. That's why you get butthurt or angry or whatever when something happens that you're offended. Your subconscious has a story that the ego is like, what now, what, and it could be a favorable story, it could be an unfavorable story, it doesn't matter. It's just that the ego now has built up a shield around that belief, and so consciously you could be trying to insert a new belief, but it's like the dam, it's already spilled over. So it's like the conscious thought is going to get lost and swept away in the fucking emotions, and that's why you fucking spiral. Because consciously you're aware, but I create my reality. I'm almighty. I'm the all. I'm the Lord, and there is none else. But then, whoa, ego gets triggered. The ego is on high alert. It's like, what, bitch? Immediately. It's like you have no control. What is that? You have no control over your fucking thoughts and emotions, and you're spiraling. What is that like? Does that sound similar to a demonic possession? Ooh. I don't know what came over me. I know this stuff. I know manifestation is real. I know that I'm creator of my experience, but in that moment, I don't know what came over me. It was like, it wasn't even me. What is that? Does that not sound like a fucking demon? But it was you, right? Because you were consciously aware of what was happening. The subconscious swept you away. But you felt like you had no control. Is that not like a demon? Is that not like a demonic possession? You're spiraling. So, you have to keep in mind that until the conscious and the subconscious mind are married, they are in agreement with the thing. This is why they say, oh my God, in that fucking Bible verse, I forget what the fuck it exactly says, but here's what this means. And it sounds sexist, okay? In 2026 it does, but it says something basically like, when you are in the temple, the husband should speak and the wife should be silent. Okay, it's something I don't know. I'm sure some of you might be familiar with what that is, but it's mentioned, okay, in the Bible, which just literally translates to the book. I don't read the Bible as a religious text, but what that means, okay? Conscious mind is the command, okay? The husband, the driving force, okay? It's commanding the subconscious. It's like thrusting. And then the subconscious is the receiver, okay? It's just receiving the results of the fucking thrusting. So you keep thrusting these thoughts in your fucking mind, okay? And then the subconscious is the receiver, right? It's like the husband giving it to the wife, and the wife is just taking it and taking it and taking it, or whatever the fuck. I don't, but that's what it, I'm going from the Bible verse because it says husband and wife, but whatever, however you want to look at it, okay? Like, and this is just for entertainment purposes, of course, because what is thrusting? I don't know what that means. Someone give me a vocabulary lesson. But anyway, so it's like, it's like, okay. When the subconscious, right, the wife is in the temple, when you are in the mind consciously as the husband, and the temple, why do they call this area? I think it's this area, I'm not fucking sure. I mean, I'm not a fucking, biologist and shit. I have a degree in being me, and that's it. So you call it the temple because you go in your mind and you don't want to fucking let your subconscious fucking speak while you're in the fucking temple of your fucking mind, because the subconscious needs to receive, needs to shut the fuck up. And how do you shut the fuck up the subconscious mind? Inspiritos confido est. You breathe, okay, because that's your God self coming from the controller, piloting the vessel. Okay, we're just gonna power this off for a moment. Okay, we're gonna clear the cache. We're just gonna breathe. And then you in the temple, you go within, what is the new conscious thought? What is the new reality I want to experience? If the subconscious mind tries to chirp in, subconscious is like, no, shh, relax and breathe. You're in the temple of the mind, okay? You're in the browser, you're in Google, and you're saying, no, this is what we're doing now. That's what it means for the wife to be subservient to the husband. It doesn't mean an actual wife being subservient to the husband in terms of roles in a relationship or anyone's dynamic. That's what that means. The conscious mind is the instructor. The subconscious mind is the receiver. Google history, Google search. The conscious mind keeps typing in a command because it's the head, right? You ever hear that phrase, the head and the neck, right? So, like, you have the head, but you can't turn the head without the neck. So the conscious is like the head, but the subconscious is the neck, because it's like looking out for like everything that the head is commanding. So if the head is commanding something that you perceive as detrimental, the subconscious, all that's going to do is going to bring that up. So when you go within the temple, the subservient one must be the subconscious. You must leave the feeling alone. So I would recommend, this is just my suggestion, but again, I'm not all there myself. I'm mad as a fucking hatter, but I would recommend that you do not go in the temple, the mind, until you have calmed the subconscious, because the subconscious will be chirping. And it's not even the subconscious that's chirping, it's the ego's story, the ego armor protecting the subconscious beliefs that's chirping. Okay? But if there is a contrast, right, between them, what you have to do is remember to go within the temple. You go within your mind and consciously you give the command to the subconscious. Let it flow. Whatever emotion comes up, like I said in the beginning, if there's a wave that hits you, you just go with it. But consciously, you're like, oh, this is a wave of energy. It's making its way out. There's nothing I need to do. You soothe it, okay? You give it the most calming phrase that you can, okay? The conscious mind, the conscious mind, like your God self is always in communication with you, your higher self, source, universe, whatever the fuck you choose to call it. But the ego is the one, like I said in that diagram, that gets in the way. So it's blocking that connection from, 5D, all that is, to here and now. So here and now, the ego is only seeing, 3D, I have to send up these signals. So if, let's look at it from a favorable narrative, okay? Your conscious mind and your subconscious mind are on board with the story, and the story is you're a multimillionaire, okay? Anything could occur in the 3D, and your ego is going to defend that story. It's the same thing. It works both ways. There's no bad, there's no good, but if you're going with I'm a multimillionaire, there's not Joe Blow in the 3D that can tell you different, because your ego is be like, what bitch, what the fuck you mean I'm not a multimillionaire, bitch? How about you show me your bank account, bitch? Like, it's just, it's immediate. It's defending, because the subconscious is already on board with it. So if someone tries to tell you something that you perceive as negative about yourself, and you're like, what? Your subconscious is already on board with the favorable version of you, so the ego is going to get triggered. It's going to be like, that's not true. That's a contrast to what we are in unison with. Conscious mind, I'm the shit. Subconscious mind, hell yeah, I am. Someone tries to come up and tell you, you ain't jack. The ego is going to be like, what? What you say? What you mean I ain't jack? I'm the shit, motherfucker. Now what? It's just going to be like that. It's just going to be like that. The ego is going to come up to defend that. Maybe not in like a super brawlic way, but it's just going to alert you. It's going to be like, because like I say, I like to say that the ego is like a watchdog. Watchdog, guard dog, whatever. So the minute that something is presented to you, and you know that your conscious mind and subconscious mind are in agreement with that thing, whether you perceive it as good or bad, your ego is going to be like, what's up? The guard dog. It's gonna alert, it's gonna bark, it's gonna alert you, hey, check this shit out. That's how you know that you have something that your conscious mind and your subconscious mind are in agreement with. They're married to that idea, because your ego is gonna be like, what? If you don't give a shit about the thing, you're not gonna care, right? Like I said, you're Pumbaa, you grazing in the grass, you know what I'm saying? Someone's like, yo, Mufasa. You're not even gonna look, because your ego is not even entertaining a story that you're Mufasa, because you're fucking Pumbaa. So it's like you're just gonna continue grazing, okay? Because it has nothing to do with you. So that's how you can tell when there's something that like there's no belief whatsoever, you're just totally neutral, is your ego is not even going to be like perceiving, it's not going to look, right? But then if someone continues to come up to you and say, yo, Mufasa, and you're really Pumbaa, now your ego is going to be like, But what? Do you see what I'm saying? So the first thing is neutrality. Your God state, you don't care either way. Your subconscious mind, your conscious mind are in agreement with that. Level 2 is the thing presents itself to you again. Ego. If it doesn't agree with that thing, okay, that's being presented, is going to be an alert. It's going to be like, what you mean my name is Mufasa? I'm Pumbaa. Did I need to fucking tell you again? Do you need me to write it down, bitch? Like, that's what's going to happen. So level 1, okay, and this is how I said, this is how you know you have shifted, because if something would have bothered a former version of you, and now you're just chill, your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, you've successfully cleared the cache. There is nothing, right? The dog is chill. The dog is just like, okay, whatever. It just is what it is. Okay? If the thing presents itself again, the ego is like, guard dog, alert. What is this here? Okay, that's how you can tell. And you can tell by what the thing is in 3D. Is it something that you perceive as favorable? If your ego is defending something favorable, like I'm the shit, and you're going to treat me like it, you're going to treat me with respect, hey, go for it. But if it's someone trying to tell you you're not worthy, you ain't shit, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, your ego, okay, if it's in alignment, if you have a story consciously and subconsciously that are married, that like you don't feel worthy, or you, whatever the case is with your self-concept, okay, your ego is going to be like, yeah, you know what, maybe I'm not really the shit. So you have to look at, number 1, if the ego reacts, how the ego reacts. If the ego is like, oh shit, yeah, maybe, there's a detrimental belief. If the ego is like, what bitch the fuck you talking about? You know that story is solid. Okay, so if you ever feel like you're wavering, if a 3D circumstance presents itself to you, it doesn't mean anything bad or good. It just means that your conscious mind and your subconscious mind are not in agreement with that idea, which would mean that you go in and you'd audit, what the fuck is this idea? Are there any emotions when I think of this idea? Okay, let me let the wave pass through me. Let me let the emotions out, and then let me go into the temple when I am calm as a conscious mind, and the subconscious shall be quiet, and I shall type in the new fucking search command, and the subconscious has no choice but to be subservient to me. That's how it works. I have no idea what's even going on in the chat. I've been giving a sermon for like, I don't know how long. I'm shocked that I didn't even see the puzzle piece. Usually the puzzle piece comes up like within an hour. So, yeah, I don't know what the fuck. I really have no idea where that went. But anyway, how's everyone doing in the chat? Ooh, AP, I'm glad you caught another live here too. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining. So let's clear the energy and summon only good things for everyone involved. As I ring the bell, because I'm summoning only good things. Okay. So, ooh, shit. Okay, we gotta, let's do living your best life. Fuck yeah, Jane. That's how we roll up in this bitch. Ooh, you telepathically communicated with the dog? Yo, that shit is legit. We're always telepathically communicating with everyone. That is awesome. And animals are included. Even, like, in my opinion, inanimate objects are included. Yo, I am the fucking master manifester. I just fucking said puzzle piece, and then the puzzle piece just came up. Look at that. Yo, look at this. I can't make this shit up if I fucking tried. Fuck yes. Oh my God, look at that. You see, I sensed it. Oh my God, and there's no time. So I don't know how I knew that I was talking for an hour, but then I said the puzzle piece came up. That's how easy it is. Fuck. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about as I put my druid priesthood up a little bit here. So, anyway, that's a little bit of what I was doing with some energetic auditing, and just, you know, I like to do that probably like once or twice a week, and it's very fun for me. But you know, you don't have to do this with Eddie or Gus or anyone. You could just do this on your own. But that's how you want to make sure that you don't have a dam built up. This is why when you have an emotion that comes up, you process it out and you let it just flow through you. Do you have any more advice on auditing beliefs? I mean, I think I don't know how, Jane, I know you were here for a little bit. I don't know if you saw like originally what I said, but it's kind of just like what you want to do when you're auditing the beliefs. You just let them come up and you don't judge them. That would be my only advice. But if you feel any type of like tension or restriction in your physical vehicle, then what you want to do is you want to silence the wife, the subconscious mind. You go within the temple and you find a phrase, what you're computing, what phrase is gonna make the vessel feel better right now. And then you go with that phrase whenever that topic comes up again, and that's how you clear the cache. Who the fuck is text? Whoa. Oh God. What? That's really weird. Okay. Yeah, talk about random people. So anyway. So yeah, Jane, I mean, Jane, listen, I know you got this shit. Like, I know you understand, like, you know what I'm saying? So you just, like, basically, if an emotion comes up, you kind of just want to let the wave flow through you. You don't want to judge it, but you also want to, like, kind of, like, play around with phrases that are going to be a command that make that wave calm down in the moment. And then whenever the topic comes up, you just, you know, that's what you go with. You just think about that. You just go with that. And that's how you know, you go within the temple, you type in a new search command. The subconscious mind is silent because you're giving it the commands, and it has no choice but to accept the command, because the subconscious mind has no choice but to accept whatever the conscious mind gives it, okay? Do you believe in revision, or is it already done? Which one is best in my opinion? In my opinion, it really depends. Oh shit. Yo, that is something else that I wrote down in my notes here. Oh my God, look at the synchronicities with the question. Thank you so much, because I did have something about that topic written down if I can get to it. Okay. Here's what I have for that, okay? In my opinion, because I don't know what I'm talking about, because I'm mad as a hatter, okay? So things, okay, so as for revision, okay, if it is something that has come up twice or more, if the thing is unwanted, okay, that's a loop. And that's showing you that it's still running within you as a loop. It's like a situation surfaces, and then something surfaces again. It's eerily similar to the first situation, but it's like slightly different, but you don't want it. That's the time that I recommend doing a revision, okay? And this is what I call a loop personally, okay? So if something comes up 2 times or more, that's when you would want to revise it, in my opinion. And how you uninstall the loop is to revise the ending. So let's say the loop was you were applying for a home and you didn't get approved, whatever it is, okay? It could be any topic, okay? And then it's like, okay, so you're like, fuck this, let me go for another home. You don't get approved for that home either. Now that would be 2 times, okay? So if it's 2 or more, you want to revise the ending. And what do? You go within the temple, and then you're like, okay, So what's happening is, that you have an awareness of the loop, you revise the ending. So if you're visual, you can imagine that the stamp approved, you've been approved for this home, or you can imagine a scene where you're telling your friends or your spouse or whoever, meanwhile, people, I got approved for this home, like you picture the keys in your hand, opening the door, whatever it is, right? You revise the ending so that's favorable. If you're not visual, you would say an affirmation that implies, I got approved for this home, okay? That's when you would go in and revise it. You would summon the memory of the loop, okay? And you would just, if you can remember the first time it happened, then you would go right to the first time it happened to break that. You would just break it right there, okay? If you can't remember the first time it happened, go to the one that's most vivid in your memory of when that loop happened, and then you're gonna be like, okay, you're gonna change the ending, and you're gonna make it short and sweet and to the point. It doesn't have to be a big elaborate scene. It's just approved. Boom, that's it. Every time the topic comes to mind, approved. That's it. Okay? But you would go in and you would imagine, or you would, think of the scene in your mind. You would say, I'm so happy that when I walked in, they approved me immediately. They were like, wow, congratulations on your new home. Okay. That's when I would recommend revision. If something comes up once, here's the thing. Unless you carry it with you, in my opinion, you don't need to revise it because it happened one fucking time, but you deemed it as unfavorable. So you're like, that never fucking happened. Okay? But if there is a pattern, and this is where I suggest, this is where like a lot of, motherfuckers in like the spiritual community, they talk about shadow work, and you go in and look at shit that's like wrong with you, quote, quote. You don't need to do that because the pattern, the loop, is going to present itself to you. You're not going to, like, it's just going to keep showing up like, hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying? It's be like the crypt keeper jumping out like, ah, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to have to go looking for it. So if something happens one time, wow, that was a glitch. Glad I don't have to deal with that again. And you really don't give it any meaning or attention. You just say that's a glitch or whatever the fuck. You're good. But if it is a loop, you might want to go in and revise that. And also, you don't have to do this, okay? Because remember, you don't ever have to do anything physically. But me personally, I like to do something different in the 3D to be in alignment with the revision that I did in my mind. So let's go with the example. You were not approved for the home. You're going to go in, you're going to say I was approved, and then you're going to, I don't know, you're going to do something in the 3D that would imply that you already have the home, such as maybe you want to buy fucking furniture or dishes or something, right? It doesn't have to be like, oh man, I'm going to buy an entire fucking living room set if you don't technically have the house now, but you would buy something for the new home that you have in the 3D that you haven't done before to imply that it's already done. Okay, and again, you don't need to do this, but sometimes if you take that inspired action in 3D, you know what, I got approved for this home, so I know that for the home I'm gonna need this, so let me do this or buy this or look into that or something. That's what you can do. So, but really, like, the only moment is now. So do you technically need to do revision? No, but like if you do have a loop, it's like, your subconscious mind, your ego kind of latched onto that story. So do I know Bashar? Not personally. No, I've seen videos of Bashar. I resonate with some of the stuff he says, some of the stuff I don't, but it's like that for everyone. My favorites are Florence Scovel Shinn and Neville Goddard. But even with them, I don't resonate with every single thing that they say, so you kind of just have to sense out what you personally are in alignment with, But, like, I don't know, a lot of things that Bashar says, like, when he starts talking about shit like, you know, on your planet at this time, I'm like, are we really even on a planet? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have proof. I mean, for entertainment purposes only, of course. Like, I don't have proof that we're on a fucking spinning globe. I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't feed into that. I don't resonate with that, because I'm like, they say we're on a planet, but then what could that be? That could be a fourth dimensional collective belief, right? We're taught that here's pictures of space, but then if you look at pictures of space and you look at pictures of like the neurons in your fucking brain, it's like the same fucking picture almost. So it's like space, there's no for entertainment purposes, because I don't know what I'm talking about, because I might be a little tipsy and I just came from the Mad Hatter's tea party. There's no outer space, there's inner space in your mind, right? Cool. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Ooh, oh God, what is happening here? Okay, this mug is like foldable, so it was like all jangled for a second, but it's okay. Yeah, you know, that's why you have to go with what resonates with you. And even like people that I work with personally, even everyone on here, if you're not resonating with something I'm saying, don't fucking listen to me. Don't fucking listen to me. I'm God of my reality, you're God of yours. So it's like you know what I'm saying? How you gonna know you're in resonance with something is just gonna process as a calm knowing. And that's something else that I wrote down in my session with Eddie. In my session with Eddie, I wrote down in my notes, here's how you know what your next 3D occurrence is going to be. It's going to process as a knowing. Now, this knowing is neither bad nor good. It's just you know it. And when you know, conscious mind, subconscious mind, and the ego, they're all in alignment with it. They're all in agreement with it. That's how you know. You're just like, I know. That's the thing that you're closest in alignment with. So now this is not to say that, like, you know, people talk about robotic affirmations, okay? And they're like, well, I don't believe it. You don't need to believe it. You just need to repeat it until that repetition becomes a knowing. But how you know what the next thing that's going to happen in your 3D, you can predict your own future because you know it. Because it processes in your vessel as like calm. It's just calm. It's like, okay, cool. That's what it is. All right. That's it. That's the next thing that's going to happen. I'm like, I would say 95% certain. You know something, it just, that's what it is. And when you know something, here's the thing, here's the kicker though, it's kind of like a twist. When you know something and you know that that's what's happening, you're not caring about timing, you're not caring about how, you're not looking at logistics, you're just like, I know, boom, it's done. Boom. You know it. You don't give a fuck because you know. You know it like you know your name. I am Mufasa, bitch. Or I am Pumbaa. I am Timon. I am Simba. All the Lion King characters entered the chat. I don't know why, but they fucking did. You just know it. There's no sensation. It's just calm. And the interesting thing with like 5D and God consciousness is that it's all calm, right? It's really just like the software of the fourth dimension. That's kind of like, you know, you got to get that on board. But the next step in your experience, you already know what's going to happen. So you don't need to tell me. But you can just answer to yourself, what do I know right now about such and such situation? You fucking know. That's your next step. Yep. That's what it is. And that's what's going to unfold. Not because the universe, because you are the universe, right? Inner space, outer space, same thing, different degree. But you just know it. You've accepted it. And you're just like, yeah, that's it. That's how you know what's going to happen next. And likely there's not going to be a fear around it. It's just going to be calm. So that's how you can tell also that fear is not real. Because you can be like, ooh, like flipping out, having a fucking, I don't know, crash out, spiral, whatever the fuck, right? And it's like, but that's not knowing. That's the ego, the guard dog getting riled up when it's just the Amazon delivery person delivering the package you ordered. There's nothing to fear, ever. So what I recommend, if there's something that, ooh, Jane, they entered the chat because you saw Lion King pig earlier and thought of me. Oh, shit. What? Yo, word? Are you fucking serious, Jane? That's fucking lit. Like, girl. So yeah, Lion King. I don't know. Maybe that's significant for someone. Yo, that's wild. But yeah, I do tend to reference Lion King characters. I don't know why, but hey. I know, right? Because we're on the same wavelength. Jane, we just let the waves carry us, and somehow we always end up on the lives together. So I thank you. I appreciate you for being here. Yo, for real. I don't know what past life we had together, Jane, but we've been in sync. You know what I'm saying? Don't mind my queefing cup with my flat water. But anyway, what the fuck was I talking about? So yeah. That's how you know what your next step is. It's not going to be fear-based. How do you get rid of fear? Ooh, Emily. Okay, thank you for the question. So this is what I was about to say. Look at this, another synchronicity. So how you get rid of the fear? If you're feeling a fear of something, you know that your conscious mind and your subconscious mind are in disagreement about that fucking thought form. Because you're afraid of it. So, I'm giving witchy vibes. I tend to get that a lot, but hey, it's cool. I'm down with it. I take that as a compliment. Thank you. So how to get rid of fear? Okay, what you're going to do. You're going to, like I was talking about the auditing, you're going to look at the thing that is causing this fear, like this constricted feeling in your vessel. You're going to look at it and you'll be like, this is what you're going to do. You're just going to be like, now what? I'm looking at you. What you going to do? And I'm telling you, 99.99 cut water. Oh, go within the temple. 99.9% of the time. I don't mean to rhyme. But I'm feeling fine. So anyway, when you look at the fear, it's gonna fucking shrink. Because that's what I was talking about with the dam, right? You build it up, you try to suppress it. Oh, I'm not afraid of that. But then you keep suppressing it. You just, instead of suppressing it, you look at it and you're like, what? It's not going to say shit. If anything, it's going to fucking go the fuck away. It's going to dissolve because you looked at it. Because that's what fear is, right? And they say that there's some movie. No. You wouldn't want to fight against it because that would imply participating in the fear, okay? You just want to look at it without judgment. You're not fighting, you're just looking at it like, And whatever emotions come up, you're just gonna like breathe through it. Now what? But is it happening now? Because see, here's the thing, right? I'm sitting here chatting with you fine folks. You're sitting here in the chat with me. Is anything cray-cray happening? No. And I can guarantee that, because if there was some shit happening, you wouldn't be in the fucking live right now. You would be handling whatever the fuck was happening. So fear is all in your mind. And they say there's some Will Smith movie. And he said, I forget what movie it was, but it's like, fear is not real. It's like danger is real, but fear is what your mind creates. Something, someone knows it. I bet you Jane knows. Jane be knowing, okay? Jane be knowing. But there's a Will Smith movie, and he says danger is real, but fear is not real. It's just a product of thoughts you create, or something like that, okay? So if you have a fear of something, I guarantee you it's not happening right now. It's all in your fucking mind. Right, Jane, yo, for real. Jane be fucking knowing, yo. So it's like, when he says that, what he means is that if there's a space where your physical vehicle, there's like some sort of danger, like let's go to the lion hunting the zebra, okay? The zebra is in fucking danger, yeah. Like, you know, they're just grazing in the fucking Serengeti, and there's a lion like looking like, motherfucker. You know, and then it's like it begins the hunt, and the zebra's like, oh shit, is the zebra gonna be on the live stream thinking? No, the zebra is in danger. The zebra is handling it right now by running. Instinctually, if anything is, you know, coming up in the 3D, instinctually you're gonna be able to get out of it, okay? That's danger. Let's just call it that, okay? Or it's going to be thwarted. Oh, I love that word, thwarted. I don't know how to pronounce it, but whatever. New York accent, I don't fucking know. Thwarted, T-W-A-R-T-E-D, thwarted. Yeah. So when you have reached these levels of consciousness, okay, you're not even, there's no danger, there's no fear, right? There's not even a physical danger, because it's already going to be thwarted by your 5D self. Because your 5D self, the one that's playing the game, and say, oh shit, there's a lion over here, so we're just going to give you this detour. And in that meantime, the detour might be like, well, why I gotta take an extra 15 minutes to drive back? And it's like, bitch, there's a fucking lion over here, we're protecting you. So if things are mundane, if you have a mild annoyance, the way that I personally like to look at it, and you don't have to look at this the way that I do, but I'm like, if there's even a mild annoyance that came up, perhaps that was your 5D fucking God self thwarting a bigger thing from happening. Like the burnt toast theory. I know Jane probably knows about that one as well, because Jane be knowing, okay? The burnt toast theory. Any of you look at that, okay? Look that up. So how to deal with fear is to realize, you do, right, Jane? You see, I fucking knew it. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Danger is just, it's either you're dealing with that and you're handling it, or you're being thwarted away from it, okay? But fear exists only in your mind. It's not real. Because you can be sitting right now on the chat, not in any danger. Because if you were in danger, like I said, ain't no lion chasing you. Mufasa, I don't know what he's doing. He's licking his balls or some shit in the fucking grass. He's not chasing you. You're just sitting there, you minding your business. But in your mind, you're like, oh, what if Mufasa comes around again? Oh, that's fear. That's not danger. So you're creating the fear in your minds, which is what it kind of piggybacks off of what I said about the demons and like how you create the demons in your mind, because a thought form of fear is getting bigger and bigger and bigger until it consumes you. And it's like, that's all you think about. Okay. But it's not real. It's in your mind. So you want to keep in mind that the only place you can exist is in your mind. You can't exist elsewhere. You cannot. This is why I can look at this chat. Okay, let's say there's someone, let's just go with this. I fucking love it, okay? There's someone super religious, okay? They're afraid of demons. And I'm on here, I'm talking, I'm wearing a hood, I'm saying I'm a druid priest and shit. I'm talking about demons or thought forms. Someone's like, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And right, they're looking at it from a place of fear, but what's happening? Nothing. All you need to do is swipe away from the fucking live stream and look at like a Jesus sermon or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like you have a choice to be afraid. You have a choice, okay? Legit. It's always a choice of how you look at it. So, how to get rid of fear, like I said, how you look at it. There's a choice of how you look at it. So the fear comes up, body feels constricted. What do? You're like, I'm gonna stare right back at you, son. What's up? Just look at it. Okay. Yeah. Just look at it. And whatever emotion comes up, in spiritus confido est. You breathe through it. You do not allow fear to speak in the temple. Just like, you're welcome. Just like you don't allow the subconscious mind to speak while the conscious mind is in the temple, installing new beliefs. You don't allow it to speak. You just, whatever emotions come up, okay, yeah, but I'm still looking at the fear. So the emotions are coming up. You might feel waves, you might feel uncomfortable, but I think, like I said, you love when I speak in Latin. Thank you. Yeah, another thing that I did with my boy Eddie last night was we were doing some things in Latin, and I was channeling some shit in Latin, and I was like, whoa. So I might make a meditation, or like a subliminal in Latin, and put it on my YouTube if you guys are interested. But I don't know if you guys are interested in a Latin subliminal, because the one that I made just for me, because I make my own subliminals. I don't listen to nobody else's subliminals. I listen to mine. But I was talking in Latin. Put an eggplant emoji. I just want to see the eggplant emoji because it tickles me. If you want me to put it, a Latin subliminal on my YouTube, yeah, put an eggplant emoji. But anyway, so fear is not real. Ooh, I love it. I love it. We got eggplants in the chat, and the survey says yes. Okay. I got you, and you. We're gonna do a Latin subliminal on YouTube that you can listen to. Because when I fucking like speak in Latin, I'm like, it ain't even me. I don't know what's doing that. It's like straight from source. It's not even me. You know what I'm saying? Have I been affected by what's been going on? That's a very broad question. I'm not sure what you mean by what's been going on. If you want to elaborate, I can see if I have an answer for you. What is all these eggplant emojis? No, I took a survey. And I said, if you want to see me make a YouTube subliminal in Latin, put eggplant emojis. So then that's what that's about. But yeah, we're not talking about eggplants or anything. We're talking about nice stuff because I'm wearing my hood like a nun in the convent. So yeah. But the thing is, like the short answer, oh shit, more eggplants in the chat, fuck yeah. Affected by what's going on. I'm not affected by something unless I decide to be. So, dumb question. No question is dumb, okay? Is it okay if you don't know Latin? Yes, it's perfectly fine. And no question is dumb. That just means that you're wise enough to ask the question, okay? So don't think that, okay? No question is dumb. But you don't need to know Latin in order to receive what the message behind the Latin phrases are. No, because if you know English, if anyone, well, I mean, I'm just gonna, this is a broad leap of faith here, but like if you're watching me, I'm speaking in fucking New York City, fucking American English. So if you understand English, that's good enough. Because the English language was based off of 50% Latin and like 50% Greek, okay? So the way that I look at it, Latin is like the grandpappy of English because it came first, right? So if someone is speaking in Latin, since a lot of words, like the word mortgage, okay, or morgue, it's come from the Latin word mortem, which means death, right? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's good enough. And for me, in my opinion, I find it more powerful because you're just blasting through the English and you're going right to the Latin, which English was based off of. So it's like when Jesus says, you know, I'm the fucking vine or something, I don't know, whatever, right? You going right to the fucking tree trunk and you omitting the branches. You're just going right to the root, in my opinion. So yeah, I could definitely do that. I love making subliminals, like the tapes that I fucking listen to. They're not tapes, but you know what I mean. They're like sleep things. I make them fucking jiggy prime. Like, I mean, for me specifically. I make them for me specifically, and I fucking speak in Latin, and I fucking add sounds, and I do I'm gonna make a really good YouTube subliminal. Then all you do is just play it on repeat. If you're sleeping, if you're awake, he sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake because the subconscious mind is always listening. So, yo, bro, what? Wheelie NYC says, when you coming to ride bike in Manhattan? Dog, that is the yo, I don't know if this is like, that shit is so fucking funny to me. Thank you, Jamie. Number one, I just want to answer, I don't know how to ride a bike. I'm cool with it. I'm a grown ass fucking adult. I never learned how to ride a bike, and you know what? I don't give a shit because I ride. Let me stop. So I'd rather ride that than ride a bike. You know what I'm saying? But the only. Oh, it's a viral. Oh, Jane, you see, Jane. Yo, Jane. Bro, I swear, like whenever I have a question, Jane is just like, yo, I got the answer, cause Jane be up on that. Jane be up on that. Yeah, when I rode one time, there was this thing in Times Square, it's called the party bike. And when I was living in New York, I was doing that. I did that one time because me and my friend, we were, I don't know what the fuck, but we just like, let's go to party bike. And it was like a bike where it's like a whole round thing and there's like 6 motherfuckers or 8 motherfuckers, I don't know, it's like round. And then it's just like you just pedal. That's the only type of bike I rode because I don't know how to ride a bike because that shit is scary. And like the seat, it looked like a dick and balls. So I'm like, if I'm gonna have to fucking sit on this, I might as well just get a fucking man with a real dick and balls and ride that instead. I'd be a whole lot happier and I get a lot more out of it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be riding a bike anytime soon unless it's a party bike. Oh shit, why did I cover when I was drinking my tap water? Look at that, man. What is going on? That's the cut water. That's the cut water talking. Okay, this is what I meant to do. Okay. I'm funny. I'm glad you enjoy the entertainment. Like, you know, I'm here for entertainment purposes only, and anything that I talk about should be taken with a grain of salt, and you should use your own discernment and discretion, because you are a sovereign individual. And you know, whatever I say, I'm mad as a hatter. I just came from the tea party, and I have a little bit of tea left over. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite movies, you know, it's easy to get her to ride the other thing. Oh my god. Well, it ain't that easy. God damn. I mean, shit. Like we gotta have a few drinks first. You know what I'm saying? We gotta have a conversation. Shit. But anyway, yeah, Miss Pickles, I do the disclaimers because, you know, I have a degree in being me, and that's it. So, you know, whatever I say is for entertainment purposes. You know, that's why I'm covered. I'm wearing my druid priest hood, and I'm covered like a nun in the convent, just entertaining, because nothing here is to be taken seriously, because yeah, you should listen to what the Matrix indoctrinates into you. Fuck yeah. Look at this. You could play a Morticia. Mortem. I just fucking said the word. I just fucking said another synchronicity. I fucking love it. I just said mortem. And in Latin that means death. Mortgage. You go to the morgue. It means death. Morticia. I mean, I look like, I mean, damn. Well, I am to die for, aren't I? But anyway, I'll take that as a compliment. I do get that a lot. Like, you know, I don't know why anyone would get that vibe from me. I have no fucking idea whatsoever, because I'm here for entertainment purposes. But I'll take that as a compliment. Hell yeah. If I look like the mistress of death, fuck yeah, because I'm going to change your life, bitch. I'm drunk. Don't mind me. No, I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk. I'm like slightly tipsy. I might be a minuscule bit inebriated, but it's all good. It's definitely a compliment. Thank you. The CDC called you. They keep calling for a survey. What the fuck? Yo, that is wild. That's interesting. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to say the word, Jane, but I know. Yep. We sip water and we be doing this shit at the same time. Hell yeah, because, you know, they just complement each other. I'm feeling stars. We're all made of stardust, as Neil deGrasse Tyson says. You know what I mean? So yeah, and I don't know, but you know, we got your videos and you choose synchronicities. Yo, for real, Jane, I'm telling you, I don't know what past life we had together. We were probably doing some things like some spell work or something. I think we might have been in the same like sisterhood or brotherhood or whatever, whoever we were in our past lives. We were doing some shit, or future lives. Who even knows, right? Because all time exists now. I know for damn Skippy that I was a fucking Knight of Templar in one of my past lives, and I know that. I know that for a fucking fact, but it's happening now. So that's what, like, and it's weird, right? Because when I was like, I'd like to learn Latin, this is years ago, I just said I'd like to learn how to speak Latin. A month later, I started channeling phrases, and I didn't know what the fuck they meant, and they were Latin phrases, like, and I was like, whoa, because I had to look it up, and it was like legit fucking words. I said, what the fuck? And the Knights of Templar, of course, they spoke Latin, so it would make sense that I'm in resonance with that, right? Because that version of me, as a Knight of Templar, it's still in existence, right? Because energy cannot be created or destroyed. You know, it only shifts from state to state. So what state am I aware of being, says Albert Einstein, you know what I mean? Oh, Jane, we're doing it right now in this lifetime. We're doing it right now because, ooh, thank you for the gift. When you be coming on the lives and we have these synchronicities, like you're helping awaken the masses just as much as I am, because it's like, I'm like, do I need something fact checked? I don't know what I'm talking about. Jane, be on it. If I knew how to snap my fingers, I would do it. But I don't know how to ride a bike. I don't know how to snap my fingers. It's okay. Because I know how to channel. And I know psychic shit. So I don't care about physical shit. Like, you try to, ooh, fuck yeah, I'm a pharaoh now. Thank you for that gift. That is Jiggy Prime. What is up? Jane, you know, the thing with that, definitely you want to see if they're open to it. You know what I'm saying? Because if someone's not open to it, I wouldn't want to see you, you know, have a misuse of your energy. So, and I know you have a good intuition, Jane. I already know you do. So the ones that they're ready to receive the information, you already know. There's some motherfuckers that they're like, nah. They're like, I don't believe in this shit. So use your discernment. Yes, I do offer psychic sessions. User, there's a lot of numbers to that. But yes, I do. Hey, Beretta? Is that how you say your name? I don't know. That's just, I went with my Latin accent. What's up? Thank you for joining. But, you know, the thing with, like, all of this type of stuff is that, like, there's a certain, in my opinion, strictly for entertainment purposes, only because I'm the Cheshire Cat, and you may have noticed I'm not all there myself. Some individuals, right, when I try to talk to them about manifestation, they'll be open to it, like, but they're not really, it's not landing, you know what I mean? So it's like the plane is like circling the airport, but it's not landing. Like, they're like, oh, I could see that, but I'm like, for me, and I'm just saying this, Jane, with love, like, for me, if I see someone is kind of like not into it, I'm just gonna leave that shit alone. I'm like, if they decide to come to me and they want that enlightenment, then sure. But like, I like to wait for them to come to me. It's like they're summoning me with the magic bell. Exactly. They're meant to be NPC. No, but the thing is, like, it's not even that they're meant to be NPCs, but like, you bring up a good point, because it's like NPCs, they do help the matrix run, because it's like the person that you see at the grocery store checking you out, or the gas station attendant or whatever, right? It's like, are they real? Like, you know what I'm saying? Even, oh shit, Jane, girl, here we go with that synchronicity again. How, and this might be on some other level, but how you can tell someone is an NPC, even if they're someone close to you, okay? They could be a sibling, they could be, you know, a co-worker, they could be a neighbor, whatever, right? How you can tell, in my opinion, strictly for entertainment purposes, because something I say here, what the hell, is this my hair? What is this? Is that my hair? What is this? Oh, Jesus, Mary and Buddha, that was my hair. Okay. Now this hood, I'm feeling my druid priest attire. Anyway, how you can tell, in my opinion, strictly for entertainment purposes, because NPCs are not real, is that they're going, it's like the conversation is going to be repetitive, even if there's someone close to you. So let's say someone grew up in a household and like they were close with Meemaw, Peepaw, Mommy, Daddy, whoever, right? They were close with their younger sibling, but their older sibling was always just kind of like, every time you interacted with the older sibling, it was like the same conversation, the same narrative over and over, and it's like whatever you said to them, their response would always be the same. that's how you can tell someone is an NPC even if they're close to you. It's like the interaction with that person is going to be generic. It's going to seem like it's scripted, and it's not going to seem genuine, and it's something that you're more going to process like in like a level. I don't know, like you're just going to sense it, because the interaction is going to seem hollow, like it's not going to go anywhere. And I can say I've encountered, like in my personal, not personal like where we're smashing or whatever, but in my personal life, like friendships or acquaintanceships, I've encountered one individual, and to this day I'm like, that had to have been an NPC. There was no way that wasn't, because this person's responses to like random things would be like, that's great. It could be anything. That's wonderful. Like it would just be like weird shit. Like it wouldn't be like an authentic response. Like, and I can say, I'm gonna go with, like, for me, because I had that experience. No one can take my experience from me. I'm like, that was an NPC. And like other individuals that met this person, they were also like, I get a off vibe from them. Not that it was bad, not that this person did anything to them, but they were like, there's something that's not like they're not all there, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I think that was an NPC. The Magic 8 Ball says so as well. Yes, Stepford Wife, like that would be perfect. I've never seen that movie. I've seen like bits and pieces of it. But yeah, it would be like something similar to like a Stepford Wife type of thing. AI Summary has entered the chat. Said, discussing past life synchronicity and NPC personalities. Join the discussion. Okay. Well, my AI friend, do you have any input? I don't know. I don't know how this AI thing works. Because the last AI thing was saying that I was soliciting things that I fucking wasn't. So, we're discussing past life synchronicities. Yeah, so, oh shit, that's actually AI, whoever you are. How to tell that you... This one might be more of like a spiritual connotation, but how you can tell that you have had a past life with someone, or maybe a future life, or that person is kind of like someone you were meant to. And again, it's all your perception, but I've experienced this because I believe in it. If you believe in the concept of like this person was meant to cross paths with you, you're gonna have weird synchronicities with that individual, okay? So there was this person that I knew like since childhood, okay? And this individual, I met them when I was like a little kid, okay? And we had so much like in common, not necessarily, I mean, maybe a little personality wise, right? Because this person was my friend, so obviously there was some resonance. But like we would have relatives that were born on the exact same day, worked at the exact same place, did the exact same thing, were the exact same age. And it's like, how? Like, how did I meet you randomly, and this specific person in your life and this specific person in my life, they have the same birthday? Like what? Like it was weird. Like, so you're gonna notice that with like different people, okay? You're gonna notice that with different people. Like it's gonna seem like your paths were kind of like going like this. That looked like scissors, but it's really meant to be a straight line. It's like your paths were like you will have synchronicities with like birthdays or times of day, or what you were doing at a certain portion of your life before you even encountered that individual. And then when you link up with that individual in the 3D, they're gonna be like, yeah, like that, like that's what was going on with me. That's so weird. Or you might have found out that like they went on vacation to like Belgium in, I don't know, 2015, and you were on a vacation in Belgium in 2015, and you stayed at the same hotel like within 1 week of each other, and you're like, what the fuck? That's how you know that you were meant to cross paths with that person, if you believe in that. I believe in that, but The red string theory. Oh, you know how many red string theories I personally have experienced? God damn, Lord Jesus, there's a fire. I have experienced that with so many people. I'm like, wow. All I have are red strings, honestly, like for the most part. I mean, in like dating sector, in like friendships and people, like maybe a little bit, but like dudes that I deal with, that I've had dealt with it, I'm like, whoa, yeah, this was meant to happen at a certain point. You love romantic movies with the red string? I haven't seen any. I mean, I'm not into like romance movies. Like, I'm not really in touch with my emotions like that. But like, I like movies where it's kind of like, it shows that like things are kind of everything is interwoven. Like, one of my favorite movies, in my top 5 favorite movies, is the movie Crash. I think it came out in 2004. But that movie basically shows like all these different people and how their lives intersected, and there's like synchronicities in it. So that's definitely something that I have personally experienced. And if you are interested, check that out. But like, we really are all connected. Ooh, Origins. Let's see what that is about. Let's see. Movie Origins. I'm just gonna save this so I don't forget what it is, but thank you for the recommendation. Oh, what the fuck is happening here? I don't know why my keypad got like super small. However, I'm not dealing with that right now. My 5D self will handle that. Yeah, cool. Origin. Cool. Is it 2023 drama history, 2 hours and 21 minutes? If that is what it is, thank you for the recommendations. The movie I said is called Crash, and I believe it came out in 2004. Oh, 2014. Thank you. Okay, I don't want to watch the wrong movie now, and then I'll be like, what? But maybe that movie is meant to cross my path too. Origins? Origins. 2014. Wow, I spelled Jesus, Mary, and fucking Origins. Ooh, sci-fi romance. Okay, cool. I could deal with romance if it has like a sci-fi type of thing, but like romantic movies in general, I'm just like, oh dear God. Are we talking about feelings? Like, my Venus in Aquarius cannot handle that. I'm like, whoa, let's put the brakes on that. Like, let's not get emotional around these parts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I did find it. Okay. Let me see. The last time I did this, my live got banned, but I'm gonna take a short pause and I'm gonna leave the live going because I've been drinking a lot. And I had to go take care of business for like one second. I'm gonna leave the live running. Let's just say that the live is gonna keep running so you can chat amongst yourself for a minute. Okay, yes, exactly, Jane. Right, good vibes. So I'm going to run over to the other room for a second and I'll be right back. Let's see if it stays on. Let's see. Oh my God, we're still up and running. Whew, that was the quickest whiz I have ever. Oh my God. And yes, I had to wash my hands, of course, because I'm OCD. You're holding down the fort with your eyeballs. Hell yeah. Okay, so now that we're back in business, you know, that's the thing that I like about like hanging out with Eddie, is that, you know, you don't really need to fucking, you know what I'm saying? Psh, Jesus. But when you're hanging out with spiritus, it's like it flows through you. You know what I'm saying? I would be speedy. That was so quick. I mean, usually I'm fast at like fucking everything, but you know, literally, figuratively. I don't know how long I've been talking. But we are back up and running. I just want to check my notes to see if I had anything else interesting. Let's see what I have in my notes. Let's see. Okay, so energetic wave. Oh, this is something that I also channeled when I was chilling with Eddie, okay? And since we're on the topic of like Cheshire Cat and like all these Alice in Wonderland things, there was this thing that I channeled from the movie Sleeping Beauty, okay? And in Sleeping Beauty, spoiler alert, whatever, okay, it's like the princess, she reaches, oh Jesus. Okay, so if any of you have ever seen that that painting, I think it was by Michelangelo. Jesus fucking, he did this painting. And it's like God, the finger of God reaching out to like Adam or some shit, and they're like this, okay? They're like that. So symbolic to me, because you know everything makes sense when me and Eddie are hanging out. Sleeping Beauty, you reach out, you touch your finger, okay? So now there's this song, I'm not sure, I think it's by Depeche Mode, some song that came out in the 80s, and it goes like, reach out and touch faith, right? Like, so you either touch faith, or you touch, like in Sleeping Beauty, she touched the spindle of the spinning wheel. What is the spinning wheel? The spinning wheel is the 3D Earth matrix. Now, what happened when Sleeping Beauty, she touched the spindle of the Earth matrix? She fell into deep slumber. She believed that the spindle, because if you're a spoiler alert, okay, yo, what are your favorite bands? Hell yeah, reach out and touch faith. Oh, okay, so Sleeping Beauty, she reaches out and she touches the spindle, right? Because she's kind of hypnotized, because Maleficent, okay, the OG Maleficent, I don't give a fuck if anyone talks shit about Maleficent. I am Maleficent. Okay, so Maleficent, she hypnotized Sleeping Beauty, okay? And basically, Sleeping Beauty, Aurora the princess, she reaches out, and the spindle, the spinning wheel, is fake. It's like a figment of her imagination, but she's hypnotized, okay? And she reaches out and she touches it, and then she falls into a sleep. So this is how, what I was saying in the beginning, because everything comes full circle, right? What happened is that she falls, you know, she's in slumber, she's in sleep, which is what we call, like in the spiritual community, if you want to go with that, you're asleep until you awaken and you realize that this is a matrix. And the spinning wheel represents, right, because they say the earth is spinning, okay, it's spinning. So you're touching the spinning wheel, you're looking at the 3D earth as though it's real, and because you touched it, you made it real, and you fell into a slumber, and now you're asleep at the wheel, and you're still manifesting, which is why, like, if anyone is interested in the video, this is not a plug for my video, I really don't care if you watch it or not, but it just explains more in depth what I'm talking about here. you reach out and you touch this spinning wheel. You're trying to touch the 3D and you're trying to say, is this real? This is what's really happening. Immediately you fall into a slumber because that's not what's happening. Okay, the spinning wheel is not real. It's hypnosis. You're under the spell that the 3D Earth Matrix is real, what you are programmed to believe, what you are indoctrinated with since birth. And that is why in the spiritual community, when they call it awakening, it's like you awaken because you realize that the spinning wheel is not real. More rhyming. Perfect timing. You realize the spinning wheel is not real and you're asleep and you're still manifesting because your consciousness doesn't shut off. It's just that you're manifesting from a place of the ego, looking at the 3D limited scope perspective rather than from the higher self perspective that you are limitless. And that was another thing that I channeled. So I don't know where the fuck that came from. But yeah, if you're looking to the 3D, it's symbolism. And if you look at Disney movies, holy motherfucker. If you look at Disney movies, the symbolism in there, because of course Disney, they have Club 33. What is 33? 33rd degree Mason, Illuminati, which, I mean, I don't know, that this is strictly for entertainment purposes, okay? So it's like, yeah, you know, like nothing that I'm saying here is real. Like, no, the 3D Earth Matrix is real. There's no Illuminati, but Illuminati simply just means someone who has awakened within the dream. So with that whole analogy that I went on with the Sleeping Beauty touching the wheel, she believed that the spinning wheel, the 3D Earth Matrix, was real, and then she was put to sleep. And that's part of the parameters of the game, in my opinion. You enter the 3D Earth Matrix because you agree to put asleep that portion of the consciousness so that the avatar believes that it's real. Because if you didn't believe that it was real, then what the fuck would be the point of being here? You're here, in my opinion, we are here to live out what our God self, our higher self, source, y'all, whatever the fuck, universe, whatever the fuck you want to call it, you call it whatever the fuck you want, okay? We're here to live our dreams in the flesh. Because the God self, the all, okay, is already living the dream. It's already living the dream. So it doesn't need to fucking do anything, right? But we're here to experience it in the tactile format. Where it's like, ooh, I'm feeling this motherfucker. Ooh, and I get to feel them on another level too. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Okay, I should probably, I don't even know. That was like half a cup water. Holy shit. I can't, see, I'm such a super lightweight. But I'm a lightweight because I say I'm a lightweight. And I'm okay with being a lightweight. But, you know, it's okay. We're having fun here. You know what I'm saying? So like, we're here to experience, in my opinion, strictly for entertainment purposes, because I'm the Cheshire Cat and I'm mad as a hatter. And I live in Delulu land. So don't take anything that I say as gospel, but we're here to live out what our God self is experiencing already. But we're here to experience it in another format, in the flesh, okay? So, the spinning wheel with Sleeping Beauty, you touch it, you're like, but the 3D, this is real. Oop. You go to sleep, you're hypnotized by the fucking dream. This whole reality, oh shit, I'm channeling. Oh good Lord. Let me ring my bell. Ring my bell. Okay. Good vibes. Good vibes. Good vibes. Okay. We're here to experience that in the flesh. But a lot of individuals who don't win at the game, they are experiencing things in the flesh because they're hypnotized, but they don't realize they're hypnotized, but they still have that God consciousness attached to them. And they're programmed with these things, okay, such as Mima, Peepa, teacher, doctor knows better. So they're believing that, so they're asleep. Because they're believing that the 3D, what they're taught, is real. When Nothing that is real can be fucking taught. It has to be experienced. Yep. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna go by that. Nothing that is real can be taught. Because you could teach me about calculus and algebra, and I'm gonna sit there like, oh, okay, I don't give a shit. It ain't real to me because I don't give a shit, right? Because I don't experience math in that way. I don't experience, what if I experience, right? Like, unless you have a fucking passion for calculus or some shit, you know what I'm saying? But you have to, it's like, you have the experience. And like I said in my video, this is not a shameless plug for that fucking video, okay? But it really explains, it's on YouTube and it's on TikTok. It's quite long, it's like 20 minutes, but it's sped up. AI summary, a spiritual sermon. Wow, yo, AI bot, I love you. What is up? What you doing later tonight? A spiritual sermon on the spinning wheel of reality. Join the discussion. I don't know if any of you could see that. From the last I heard, I'm the only one that could see the AI summary of what the chat is, but the spinning wheel of reality, yes, join the discussion, please. So we're here and we come in to this physical realm. We're hypnotized, okay? And hypnos means sleep, okay? Just like somnio, right? It means sleep, it means dream. I resonate with Latin, but you know, whatever. Hypnos and somnio, they mean the same fucking thing, okay? You're asleep, but it's like it's a dream. So you're dreaming all of this up, which is why the things that you can conjure in your imagination can be summoned forth into the 3D realm. Because you're dreaming it. It's a dream. It's a hallucination. In my opinion, strictly for entertainment purposes only, because the AI summary bot is in the chat, and this is for entertainment purposes. I don't know what I'm talking about. I never know what I'm talking about because the cutwater talking for me. Okay, you feel me? So that's what we got. So you come here, you kind of agree to be hypnotized, to believe that the 3D is real and that all these parameters are set, and how you break through the 3D parameters, how you break out of that hypnosis, how you awaken, what they say in the spiritual thing. When I channel, I tend to focus on an object, so I'm just focusing on something over there. So this is what happens. You come into this vessel and you're under hypnosis, and then you're asleep like Sleeping Beauty. She's hypnotized by the spinning wheel. So you're hypnotized by the 3D Earth Matrix to be like, oh, the spinning wheel, that is real. Oh, that is everything I feel, and I'm rhyme all the time. Okay. So then what happens is that because your portion of consciousness from the God Self, from the All, can never be shut off. It is powering up these ideas of the 3D Earth Matrix, and this is why individuals that are still asleep at the wheel, when they fucking, oh shit, motherfucker, I feel like wanking one out right now. That's how good I feel. Asleep at the wheel, and then the spinning wheel and Sleeping Beauty. Do you see how it's all connected? You're asleep at the wheel, a spinning wheel of the 3D Earth Matrix, because there's ideas and they're all around you, okay? And they're fourth dimensional ideas and thought forms, but you believe that they're real because you agree to be hypnotized by the idea that they are real. And then to awaken, what they say in the spiritual community, you awaken out of the dream. You're like, whoa, none of that was real. Okay, I'm awake. I'm not hypnotized by the spinning wheel. I'm not asleep at the wheel anymore. And that's why they say the earth fucking spins. Who has proof that the earth spins? Oh, NASA does. Yeah, of course, NASA, yeah, they know everything. They absolutely know everything. So they tell us the truth. for entertainment purposes. I'm just saying figuratively and metaphorically, yeah, the spinning wheel is a metaphor for the ideas and the thought forms that are spinning around, that are being driven by the consciousness of the unawakened in the fucking dream. That's why you have news stories. That's why you have social media shit. That's why you have all these things going on, all these thought forms that are going on in the collective. Because these motherfuckers that are still asleep, they're feeding that wheel. And the more that they're doing that, they still have God consciousness, unless they are NPCs. But the ones that choose to remain asleep at the wheel, they're feeding those collective narratives, and it's just going around and around and around. Oh, something, fuck you on my goddamn TV over here. Motherfucker, I need to see my fucking, oh, yeah, see, look at that. Look how charged the energy is. Something went wrong. Because when I start talking about this shit, like electronics start acting up, because my frequency is so fucking lit that it's like, oh, wow, we can't handle this, the Wi-Fi. But anyway, so, oh shit, Aurora Lunary. Yo, I was just talking about Sleeping Beauty and Princess Aurora, and Aurora entered the fucking chat right now. Well, welcome, Aurora. That is so wild, because I was just talking about Sleeping Beauty, and then this just happens to have the same name. That is fucking wild. Okay, so do you make lights flicker when you refer? Girl, Jane, have you ever fucking said something and then like literally out of the clear blue sky a lightning bolt will strike? Like, I mean, that shit is legit. I fucking totally believe you, because goddamn, like, if you've ever seen welcome, ooh, the white rabbit, well, thank you for that gift. Fuck yeah. Follow me, I am the white rabbit, motherfucker. Yes, yeah, girl, I be thinking things, and then out of nowhere I'll hear like boom, the loudest clap of thunder, or I'll see lightning. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay. So anyway, you're hypnotized and you're asleep at the wheel, at the spinning wheel, and then you believe that the spinning wheel is real, and then you from your God consciousness, it's like your ego is just feeding those things, right? The demons that I spoke of earlier, the thought forms, the emotions. And the music stopped. First the TV, now the music stopped. Whoever the fuck is listening, I'ma still talk about it, so whatever. It's okay, it's all good. It's just signaling that, you know, my perception, like my electric output is so high right now that electronics and Wi-Fi signals misfunction around me. Yeah, we're gonna get back on track. Okay, so it is the new year. That is very, very true. You're supercharged tonight. Fuck yeah. Manifest $1 billion. Fuck yes. Yeah, it is, right? The vernal equinox is like they say, that's another thing. Like they say that the new year is like January 1st and shit, but really, if we want to, and this is, you know, why I'm into astrology, it's like the new year begins with Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. That's how they started originally doing it. You know what I mean? And there were originally, I think, 10 months and not 12, but they broke them into 12. This is why after I started like learning Latin or channeling Latin, okay, if you look at the word September, which is a month, right? Septem means 7, okay? Octo, October, is 8, but yet like September is the 9th month, October is the 10th month. So it's like, wait a second, but if octo means 8 and septem is 7, then you have noem, and then you have decim, you know, it's like, it doesn't even make sense, okay? But this might have happened when they changed the calendar from the, I think they changed it from the Gregorian to the Julian calendar. I know Jane would know. I always get them confused, but when they changed the calendars, there was a time when they were going by the calendar where it was like based off of like lunar cycles, rather than whatever the fuck they're doing now. So they changed a whole lot of shit around. And depending on like your religious beliefs, like in certain religions of people that I know, it's like a totally different year. It's not 2026. It's something totally different. And I'm like, God damn, that is crazy. So really, time doesn't exist because the calendar doesn't exist because the reason I just said. The year doesn't exist because the reason I just said. Like nothing exists unless you believe in it. You know what I mean? So it's all about perception. Oh my god. So I don't know what the fuck we're doing here. I'm just gonna roll my magic. Assyrian New Year is 4/1. Yeah, hell yeah. Happy New Year. Ooh, what is up? Thank you for the gift. I love that. I need to get me a crown over here. That's what I'm saying. It's like, how can it be, like, who decided? Who decided that it's 2026? You know what I mean? Like, it's just all numbers. It's like, what does that even mean? It doesn't mean anything. Who said today is like Saturday or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, in some places, I'm sure it's like already Sunday for some of you. So, like, AI summary is back in the chat. A spiritual sermon on waking from the spinning wheel of reality. AI summary. Here's my magic 8-ball. Do you have anything to say about psychic ability in the magic 8-ball? I have a question. I have a question for the AI bot in the chat. You know, do you think I'm dressed like a nun and I should join the convent, or do I look more like a druid priest? Okay. Have I always been into attraction? What got me started in it is that I originally was saying that I'm psychic, which I still say I'm psychic, which I am psychic, so it has to play out. But things I would think about would happen even when I was a little kid, and I'm like, how did I just think about that and then it happened? So I didn't know that it was really, you know, manifestation, reality co-creation. But I just thought it was psychic stuff, and I always knew that it was what it was. You know what I mean? But like psychic ability and manifestation, reality co-creation, it's kind of like, it's like interwoven, because really to manifest, in my opinion, you want to be ideally in touch with your intuition to manifest, because that like I just said, how you can tell the closest thing in proximity to you energetically are the things that you already know. And if you know something and there's no physical evidence of it in 3D, that would be classified as like psychic shit, right? Because you know it, but and no one is going to take your knowing from you. Like, you know something, and it's like, that's what it is. Like, you have that conviction. So to manifest, to predict the future, it's like you have, in my opinion, you want to be knowing what you're in alignment with right now, because then you can predict the next step. Okay, how do I tweak this then? If the knowing is something that you don't necessarily want, you know? So, what do I think about hypnosis? I was talking about the word, but hypnosis can be beneficial if you like. I mean, again, it's all up to the observer. But if you find that you have like a repetitive like program going on in your mind, and you really are like, okay, I want this belief out. What hypnosis does, all it is like, you're bypassing the conscious mind and you're going directly into the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is where the cache is, where all the memories are stored. So you're shutting off the conscious mind and you're going directly saying, okay, so you've had this recurring theme. let's quiet the conscious mind, because the conscious mind is going to logically say, this is why I have that belief. That's why I have this belief. This is why this is happening. It's going to think of things in logic, but the subconscious is like, I don't know if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? So it can be beneficial if that resonates with you. But again, you know, are you someone who not everyone, in my opinion, can be hypnotized? You know what I mean? Like, you would have to trust the person. You'd have to kind of like have a resonance with that. This is what I'm going for, because if you don't believe in it, it's not going to work. If you're not in resonance with the person who you're wanting to hypnotize you, even if it's yourself, because you can do self-hypnosis, or you can listen to like a video on YouTube to hypnotize yourself. If you're not in resonance with it, it's not going to work. But I would recommend hypnosis only if there's like a repetitive theme, because then it's bypassing the conscious mind altogether, and it's going right into the subconscious. Going with someone to tell you your past life, I mean, if you want to do hypnosis for like past life, and if that's in something you're in resonance with, it would be the same thing. You'd have to know that it's real, okay? You would have to like be in alignment, knowing, okay, out of this session, I'm going to receive benefit. It still is coming from you, because if you go into hypnosis like, oh, I don't believe in this shit, it's not gonna work. Like, you see what I'm saying? Just like it's like any other belief. But for someone to tell you your past, like, here's the thing with hypnosis: no one is telling you anything. The hypnotherapist is speaking to you. They're guiding you in whatever, you know, sector you choose, right? Because you're telling them what you want to address in the session. They're just guiding you. So they're not telling you anything. They're asking questions to your subconscious mind, and you are the one that's answering. So it's you're doing it. The hypnotherapist, the hypnotist, whatever you want to call them, they're not doing anything. They're just a guide. They're just there. It's like, okay, so I mean, in a way you could look at it as like a form of therapy, but it's bypassing the conscious mind. It's bypassing logic. If you are successfully hypnotized, which, you know, some people are into it, some people are not, it depends. But if you're like, okay, yeah, I'm like, hypnosis would be beneficial, I'm gonna explore past lives, they're not telling you shit about your past life. You're telling you about your past life, and they're just asking questions, and you're saying, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing whatever, and it's you. It's still coming from you. Psychics that tell you your past lives, that would be different than hypnosis, in my opinion, because the psychic is just picking up on energy again. It's all coming from you. But it's like in this session, you're allowing the psychic to tap into those aspects of you, of like the past lives. So the psychic, because any psychic reading, and I know a lot of people in the manifestation community, they shit on psychic readings and tarot readings, but I'm into it, so I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But all they're doing is picking up on the energy you already had within you. So it's like, if they tell you something and you're like, oh shit, it's like you already were in that energy to be like, yeah, this person is going to tell me something in the way that it makes it click for me. That's what it is, in my opinion. I don't even know how we got to this level. I don't know if I should change the song. I've been listening to the same song on repeat throughout this whole live with my lavender earbuds and 2 different earrings. So I don't know what I should do next. I don't know how long I've been talking. I don't want to keep the live too long. I always say that, but I know a lot of you guys like to like listen to them randomly when they're on YouTube. So it's like, okay, if there's like 3 hours of fucking chatter, maybe you have that as like background while you're doing something else. You know what I mean? What song is it? Oh, it's It is called Cleo, and the artist is Camille Luciani. And I don't even know where this came up randomly for me, and like on YouTube Music. I love YouTube Music, by the way. I love YouTube Music, but this song in particular, Jane, I feel like it puts me in kind of like a hypnotic, like trance state anyway. So when I do lives, I'm mindful to put on a song that does not have lyrics, and it's just beats, because I mean trance music, trance in Latin, animos a corpore abstractus, it just means your mind is away from your body. So it's like the music, you know, if there's lyrics, then it's going to be tugging at my conscious mind. But like when I'm talking here, I like to go into kind of a hypnotic state like we we're talking about, and just go from the subconscious and just channel, you know. Grateful for your content. Awakening 11. Wow, we were just talking about, well, I was just talking about awakening for a little bit. So I'm glad that you joined the chat to confirm that synchronicity about awakening. Okay, so let's see. Oh, the AI summary bot is back. What do you have to say? A spiritual sermon on psychic ability and manifestation. Share your thoughts. Yo, it picked up that this is a spiritual sermon. So I guess I'm back in TikTok's good graces, like, cause I'm dressed in a fucking hood. I mean, should I get like I want to get like custom like hooded, like, so I could really look like a druid priest. I want to get a custom magic wand and shit when I go on here. That's what I want to do. I mean, but we'll see, you know what I'm saying? I am covered up, because I don't know, apparently if I'm wearing like a t-shirt, it's just too sexy for the algorithm, and then the live gets banned. I don't know. That was a really good live too, but I was like, what the fuck? Like, it was so fucking weird. I was talking about, it's not necessary to have moral. So when someone disrespects you, how do you perceive their life in a not good way? Well, number one, I mean, you are the Lord and there is none else, so you don't want to perceive that someone would ever disrespect you, because why would they dare disrespect the Lord? That's number one. That's number one. If someone disrespects you, they're not disrespecting you. They're disrespecting the belief that the ego holds. So what was the thing that you perceived was disrespect? That means that there's a story there that your ego is holding on to, right? Because if it was something you didn't give a shit about, you wouldn't care. But you want to go in with, I am the Lord and there is none else. Everyone loves me. Everyone exists to assist and serve me. For I am the Lord and there is none else. There is none other to serve and to respect other than me. That's my recommendation. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I got. Like, no one fucking disrespects you, and it's your reality. Whew. All right, y'all. Anyone want to power up chakra session? Because I'm feeling lit in my fucking basement region. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like anyone in here, if you want a self-concept upgrade, if you believe that you are the Lord and there is none else, but you don't know it, would you like a power-up session? Would you like a magic mushroom like Super Mario gets, and then he's fucking big? Because we about to do it if you want. I don't know. Can we get the eggplant emoji if anyone wants a power-up session with Reiki? Because, I mean, we could do it now. Only if I see the eggplant emoji, though. Because I like the eggplant emoji. But even though, the thing I don't understand, right? Like, me personally, I deal with men, okay? So like I get the eggplant thing, but at the same time, because I deal with men, I'm like, if I done experienced a man for the first time and he pulled down his drawers and it legit looked like an eggplant, I would freak the fuck out, because where did that become synonymous with that? Because that don't look like an eggplant. Have you ever seen a motherfucking eggplant? For real. If some dude just dropped his drawers and there was a fucking eggplant, I would be like, what the fuck kind of mutant is this? I'd be the fuck out there. So I don't even know where that came from. I mean, if we want to put a banana even, that would be, I mean, not that it would be great, but it would be more realistic than a fucking eggplant. You ever see an eggplant? Some dude tried, yo ma, what's up? And he got an eggplant in his fucking drawers. Fuck no. So I don't even know where that came from, but it just tickles me for the eggplant. And I like the way eggplant tastes because I'm a vegetarian, but whatever. Okay, so we want the power up session because I've seen a few eggplants up in here. So I'm going to ask you, I'm going to take another sip of my cut water, and then we're going to do a Reiki session. We're going to do a power up session. So this is just going to be, I'm the Lord and there is none else, and we're just going to go with it. You just receive the energy, and you're just going to, you know, if you don't believe it, don't fucking matter, because I'm going to send you the fucking energy. Okay? Okay, cool. So, let's ring the bell, since that's the new trend. All right. And my magic 8-ball, let me warm them up. So we're going to imagine energy coming through your basement region. Whether you have whatever you have going on in your basement region, you're just going to imagine flowing up energy from your chakras, illuminating, okay? Whatever color, light you imagine, it doesn't matter, but it's going to be flowing up from your basement region out through the top of your head, okay? And we're going to give you a power up session with the magic 8-ball, okay? So, all right. If you do not believe that you are the Lord and there is none else, then we're going to do some Reiki, just a quick session, because this is a live stream. So, we're going to breathe in through the basement region. We're going to imagine the breath flowing all the way up, and hold it a little bit at the top and let it out, and you're going to continue to focus on your breath, and that's all I want you to do. You're going to focus on breathing, and you're going to really feel the breath, spiritos, from the bottom to the top, flowing out. Ego sum domini. Ego sum potentia omnia expectera. En spiritus confido est. Ego sum omnia potentia est. En spiritus confido est. Now just breathe. Just relax. You were just hit with a powerful fucking I don't know what that was, but just relax now and accept it. And just receive. Ego sum domini espertere potentia est. Okay. So, that was a really quick power-up fucking session. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I didn't do it. Spiritus flowed through me. You know what I'm saying? Gozo mutate. Anyway, so, whatever that was, and then whoever's watching this on YouTube, it doesn't matter the time you're watching this, because time doesn't exist, but if you don't believe that you are the Lord and there is none else, I mean, you fucking do now, and you're gonna see evidence of it. So anyway, guys, I just want to give a quick little, I'm gonna give a shameless plug here now, but if you want to follow my other channel here on TikTok, it's called Nocturnal, and it's linked in my bio, in the link in this profile. If you want more like spiritual Reiki and tarot and psychic stuff, because you know the law is the law, right? Like that's what it is. So I don't talk about that stuff on here, only for those who are into that type of stuff. If you're interested, I have another account. So that was my shameless plug. So anyway, I have a powerful aura and spirit. Well, thank you. It takes one to know one, doesn't it? Thank you for joining the chat. Someone posted a, I don't know how to put, I don't know how to post, I don't know how to do nothing on here. It's linked in my bio. If you like look at like my bio on here, the link bio, whatever the fuck, link bio. Yeah, link bio. It's linked there, but it's my other channel, and we talk about more spiritual stuff on there, and I think I might do a story time on when I was like attempted to be demonically possessed. I might do that on there, but I'm not going to do that on here because this is like manifestation. So you know, it just, if you don't resonate with it, you know, it's not going to affect your manifestations. But for those who are more into that stuff, oh, hell yeah, I got a lot of info for you. Ooh, Leah, thank you for being here. Thank you for your powerful energy and for joining the chat. I appreciate you. So... How do you know? I'm not sure who that question was for. How do you know? How does someone know what? What the? Wow. I think I was talking for like a longer time than I thought I was. Wow. Holy shit. I mean, time doesn't exist, but let's. Should we do one last question before I get off here so that it doesn't take like super long for this to upload to YouTube? Because the AI bot is clearly, you know, friends with me now, because he knows that I'm doing a sermon. He knows I'm doing a sermon. So, because that was said like multiple times in the chat that I'm doing a sermon. Well, I did a sermon. I did a sermon in the beginning. Or I wasn't, my 5D self was, the vessel was just the conduit for the messages. I'm wondering, like, sometimes I wonder when I'm on live streams, like, who's watching, like, who's looking at the live but not joining, like, sometimes it makes me chuckle because I just wonder who's like observing but not joining, so I don't see the username join. My gifts are very strong. Thank you, as I'm sure yours are as well. How to destroy negative thoughts? Oh shit. Okay, so that question is actually really interesting. So this comes from one of my favorite books, a book that I actually channeled, which if you're familiar with my content, I've told this story like, I don't know how many times. But it's called The White Book. And it's by Jay-Z Knight, and Jay-Z Knight channeled an entity called Ramtha, okay? And in this book, one of my favorite quotes of all time, it says... The most powerful energy in existence is a thought. Contemplate for a moment how you can knife, blow up, war against a thought, something like that, okay? You cannot. That's what the quote said, roughly. I'm not quoting verbatim, but roughly, okay? It says the most powerful thing is a thought. You cannot hold a machete against a thought and say, motherfucker, I'm gonna get you. You can't fucking hold a fucking, you know what I mean? And say, motherfucker, like, no, you can't do that, right? So, how to destroy a thought? You don't destroy a thought, you just don't pay attention to it. Because you can't do anything to it, because it's in the 4D. It doesn't, where is it? Where's the thought? You can't destroy something that you can't see. If you can't see something, that doesn't mean that it's not real. It's very much real in your fucking mind. But what you do is you go in your fucking mind and you look at the thought and you're like, I don't care very much for you. And you look at it directly, like, what's up? I don't care for you. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna replace you with something that processes is better to my vessel. So you're gonna look at the thought, and whatever emotion comes up, you're gonna toy around, you're gonna finagle in your mind, and you're gonna think of something that has something to do with that thought, okay? So let's say the thought is that you are not powerful, okay? And if you're like, then, oh, well, you know, now what's the opposite? I am powerful. But then your body is resisting it. Okay, no, that doesn't work. Okay, so I'm becoming more powerful every day. Ooh, you still feel tension. No, okay. So why am I always being shown evidence that I'm becoming more powerful every day? And then you feel your body relax. You didn't destroy the thought. You changed it. And you can sense when your conscious and your subconscious are in agreement, because your body is not going to be afraid of the negative thought anymore. It's not going to be constricted. It's going to be open. You play around with it until you find that same branch of what the thought is about, but you change the narrative ever so slightly to calm your body and bring ease to your body. And then whenever that topic comes up, you're going to go with that same statement. Oh yes. You don't destroy a thought. You can't. How are you going to destroy something that you can't see? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? So that's what you do. So I don't know what the fuck. I feel like I'm in another, like I'm on Jupiter right now. I'm fucking zooted as all motherfuckers playing with my 8-ball over here. I love 8 balls. Ooh, I love 8 balls. 8 has always been my favorite fucking number. Fuck yeah, I love it. I love it. So I think I'm gonna close the chat with that. Play some song, Hotel California. Oh man, I had an interesting revelation with that song actually a while ago, but I always hated that song. Like I remember hearing it and I was just like, what the fuck is this? But then it came back around in a way where I was like, oh, that song made something click for me. So it's like so interesting. You know, yeah. What are your thoughts on the I am not needing rewiring? No, of course, you're welcome, Nico. The I am doesn't need fucking anything, right? Because the I am, the God consciousness, which that's what what we're talking about when Moses was fucking, burning bush, how that fairy tale goes, right? The name of God is I am, right? So that's what I think you're referring to, the God state, the all, the I am. It doesn't need rewire. It doesn't need to do anything. But the parameters of the game, thoughts and emotions, sometimes they do need rewiring. So you're not rewiring anything to your I am state. You get, because it just is. It's like, that's what it is. What you're doing is you're placating the ego, and you're switching out a belief system. And then someone is going to say, I'm just going to affirm that I don't have any limiting beliefs. Okay, you go ahead and do that, like I said in my other live. But your God state doesn't need to do anything. So whenever you are doing something that feels constricted, or it feels forced, or you feel uneasy doing it, that is not your I am. That means your I am state is not in agreement with the thing. It's like, bitch, what the fuck you doing? You don't need to work. Your I am doesn't need shit, because your I am is the shit. Your I am is doing everything. So when you are in like what they call the flow state, that's when you're in your I am. But what you're doing in the interim, whether it's a minute, whether it's a day, whether it's a week, what you're doing is you're giving the ego a placebo. You're giving it an affirmation so that it can dissolve its attachment to the story that the subconscious and the conscious mind, the software, picked up. Because your I am is aware of the software. So it's guiding you. And that's why sometimes you feel like, shit, your conscious mind, your subconscious mind are not in agreement. Okay, that's the software. But your I am is saying, this is what it is, this is what it is. But there's a mismatch here. Just get everything in alignment. That's what it is. You're always being steered from the I am. That doesn't, it's just what it is. So what you're doing, everything that you're doing, every technique, every affirmation, hypnosis, anything, that's all for the fucking ego. The I am doesn't need shit. The ego might need some meds. You know what I'm saying? The ego might need a drink or a spank or something. I don't know, but your I am doesn't need shit. So if something feels like shit, that means your I am is not in alignment with it. You got to work hard for money. Oh, but you don't like that. Well, your I am is like, work for what? I am the money. I am the currency, bitch. You see? And that's where you do the techniques. Because you know who the fuck you are. Your ideal, when you think about it and you're like, it feels neutral, feels natural, feels nice, that's the I am state. It's not euphoria. Oh my God, I'm so excited. No, it's not that. This is what it is. So anything that you do, you're doing for the ego. Because the I am doesn't do anything. The I am just is. And that's what they mean by identity shifting and state of being, right? So you're a multi-billionaire. Your I am already is. It's like, okay, yeah, we're good. So what are you going to do? You check your bank balance. And the ego gets offended. That means there's a mismatch somewhere. There's no alignment. So what you're doing, okay, ego, here's an affirmation. I'm a multimillionaire. I'm a multimillionaire. I'm a multimillionaire. Whatever, however you feel, right? That's all you're doing. You're giving the ego a placebo. AI summary, discussing how to shift negative thoughts with spiritual wisdom. Share your tips. Wow. All right. My explanation is perfect. Oh, thank you. So rewiring is sometimes needed, but it's for the human side, not the I am. Anything that you're doing is for the humanoid mind. I am, God, source, all, it just is. And if there's a mismatch with what your I am state has already declared, that's why you get the uncomfortable feeling. So you're doing it to train the dog. You get a puppy. Okay, you are the Lord and there is none else. You buy a puppy. Puppy shits all over the floor. Okay, well, I gotta train this motherfucker now, don't I? It's the same. It's the same thing with the ego. Okay, the ego is attached to a story. It's misbehaving. So what I gotta do, I gotta train it. You listen to me. I'm the Lord and there is none else. Here's a wee-wee pad. Oh, okay. That's it. I'm the Lord and there is none else. Here's an affirmation. Go do this. Go do some work. Because the ego loves work. The ego loves figuring out logistics. So it's like your I am state is like, okay, we got this, but we gotta get this motherfucker just out the chat for a minute so that things can unfold. And that's where the techniques are. The techniques are not manifesting shit. The thing has been already made manifest. If the thing was not made manifest, you would not have an awareness of it. It's getting the ego out of the way. That's all you're doing. Doing the mindset is annoying. Well, you know, if you perceive something as annoying, it's going to be annoying. But do you want to be mildly uncomfortable for like a week? Or do you want to live the rest of your life in a place that you don't want to be, right? Like, it's like, yeah, the ego can make shit uncomfortable. I understand that. I feel you, but... you know, what do you want? Like I said, when I got my surgeries, okay, was I sore for like a few weeks after? Yeah, I was. But I was like, I got what I fucking wanted. So was dealing with that soreness for a few weeks okay for me to have my ideal silicone shit going on? Hell yeah, it was. It's worth it, because now I gotta think about it. So if you're willing to be uncomfortable for a day, a week, 2 weeks, in order to know that you're setting yourself up for a lifetime of just flow state comfortability, you know, that's what they say, that's what Neville says, you gotta let the old man die. And sometimes when something is dying, it's giving its death fucking cries. You know what I mean? The ego is gonna fight. It's like, well, fuck this. Well, we went with this for so long. And you're just like, silence yourself, peasant. I am the Lord, and there is none else. That's all you got. That's all you gotta fucking do. You know. And I'm not saying manifestation can't be instant, but like there would be no manifestation community if everyone was just snapping their fingers, which I don't know how to do, which I don't give a fuck to know how to do. And then you have your shit. Because the part of the parameters of the matrix, in my opinion, strictly for entertainment purposes, because I've had some cut water. I didn't even have a full cut water. And I mixed it with something, and I'm like this, goddamn. It's okay, though. Okay? The matrix is designed to make you believe that it's real. So that's why things sometimes they don't pop up instantaneously. It has to look natural. That's why, like, whenever I've experienced it, or whenever I've spoken to other people that have experienced like their manifestations that they consciously wanted, it just flowed. It was like they didn't even have to think about it, because it has to look natural. Because the matrix is it, okay, we're gonna make things, you think of how many thoughts you have a day. Thousands. Okay, pink elephant. You think pink elephant and that shit materializes instantaneously in the 3D, and then you think blue zebra. Yeah, a zebra's black and white, but maybe it's blue and white and black now. It appears in front of you. Yeah, I mean, are you gonna want that? Think about it, right? Okay, so you talking to someone and you're like, God damn, I wish this motherfucker would shut up. But it's just in the moment because you're irritated because you're doing something else. And that motherfucker instantaneously, they're like, what? What do you mean you want me to shut up? I mean, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, the thing is instant, but if everything just materialized instantaneously in the 3D, you would have a lot of motherfuckers coming for you. You would have goats, lions, zebras, snakes. You would have people. You would have motherfuckers like, yo, what you mean I'm annoying? But you just thought that in the moment. Oh God, they're so annoying. Stop talking to me. And then they're like, what you mean? You see what I'm saying? So in order for the game to be kind of like smooth, it's like, it's subtle. It's not like necessarily boom in your face, because it has a sentience, right? If everything you thought of from the God state, which there is no limit, because there is no physical time and space. Everything is just now. It's different because it's energy. But if you had everything that you thought about instantaneously show up in the 3D right this second, everything. I mean, because a lot of times motherfuckers are having good thoughts throughout the day, they're having bad thoughts throughout the day. But if every thought that you had throughout the day just instantaneously manifested, your 3D would look like a fucking shit show. And you would be the ringmaster. And I don't think you would like that very much. Okay? Because let's say you're talking to someone who you're talking to Meemaw, you love Meemaw, but oh my God, Meemaw keeps talking about religion and I'm not into religion. I wish she would shut the fuck up. Immediately, if she well, what? You want me to shut up? Oh, you see what I'm saying? Oh, I'd like to, I'm thinking about going on riding safari in the Serengeti. And you're instantly there. It's like, wait, whoa. And you were in the shower. Now you ass naked, soap dripping down your cheeks and shit. You see what I'm saying? It has to have some sort of cohesiveness to it because it's 3D. That's my opinion. So yes, manifestation is instant to the I am, to the all that is, because it's here now. But to the 3D, if you had everything that you fucking thought about just today alone just appear, as soon as you thought about it, it would be a fucking circus. And you wouldn't like that. I guarantee you wouldn't like that. And everyone says, I want my shit now. Of course you do. But typically, it's isolated to one or two things. I want this money now. I want this person now. Okay. But if every fucking thought that you had, I want this, I want that, I don't like this motherfucker, I wish, whoa, it would look like a shit show. So what are the things that you dominantly want right now? What does your dream life look like? It's going to start unfolding naturally in a way where your physical vessel is not going to be overwhelmed by it. Because I told you, it's going to happen, it's going to seem like it's naturally. Things can appear out of thin air. You just get a random deposit in your bank account for 10 grand. That can happen, but it's going to be natural. You're just going to check your bank balance. Well, what is this? And you're going to find out through logistics, oh, the company I worked for 3 years ago, they had this happen, so now they compensated everyone 10 grand, whatever. It's going to make some sort of logical sense because it has to. Because the way that it comes about, okay, and this is all coming from your beliefs too. This is why, for me personally, I believe in magic. Okay, I'm like, only the shit that I want appears instantaneously. I believe in magic. So shit that I want, yeah, I can have it appear instantaneously. But I specify. I don't say the blue zebra, the pink elephant, the fucking tangerine giraffe just fucking shows up. How's that gonna look? You know what I mean? Do I want burgers? Do I want tacos? Do I want sushi? All of that shit shows up. I'll be like, what? No. So that's why they're still within parameters of the game. It's like, the only game I'm really familiar with is fucking Super Mario, so we just gonna go in. If I'm meeting Bowser and Lemmy and Wendy Koopa and all the fucking duck with shells, but they call them turtles, but I see them as ducks and little mushroom motherfuckers, all of them just come out at once, and I'm battling every level of the game because I want to win right now, it's gonna be a fucking shit show. I assure you, it's going to be a shit show. So you want what you want right now. But now let me ask you, are you calibrated to receive it? And like I said, this comes back to the knowing. It comes back to the fucking knowing. What do you know right now? And what you know right now is not going to process as anything. It's just going to be like whoosh, instant. You know it like you know your name. You know it like you know the color shirt you're fucking wearing. You know it. That's it. It's natural. You ain't gotta do shit. That's your next step. Because the game has to look real. It has to look like you're going through levels, or else there would be no game. And in my opinion, strictly for entertainment purposes, this whole thing is a game. And in my opinion, me, anyone can up level in consciousness. So if you're saying I want to be with so and so, XYZ, ABC, pick a motherfucker. But you didn't stop and think about the type of relationship that you want. So you manifest motherfucker back because you say, I want them now, I want them instantly. You sit in a firm in the closet for fucking 5 hours straight, scratching your fucking balls. Motherfucker shows up at your doorstep. But they're still the same shitbag. Because you never changed the story about them. You never viewed how you wanted the relationship. You just said, I want this motherfucker. It's like the monkey's paw. Any of you ever in here hear about the story of the monkey's paw? I went there. So I don't know really how it goes, but it's like a horror story, and I don't know if it's like a fucking parable or an old wives' tale, or what the goddamn fuck this shit is. So it's like, basically some dude has like a monkey's paw, and it's like a lucky amulet, right? And so I think the son dies or someone dies, right? And the parent, the mom, the dad, whoever, they're like, oh my God, like I have this magical monkey paw, and the person died. I really want them back. I really want them back. I just want them back. I just want them back. I just want them back. Like they're so into that. So they're like, whoa, but I have this magical monkey paw. So they go and they get the magical monkey paw, and they're like, I want so and so back. Just bring them back to me. Just bring them back. You know what happened in that story? Oh, the motherfucker came back. They came back straight from the coffin, out of the grave, as a fucking zombie. And the bell rings. Because they summoned the motherfucker. The motherfucker was dead. But they love the motherfucker so much, they're like, I just want them back, I just want them back. They're not thinking of nothing else. So they go to the monkey paw. The monkey paw grants them the wish. You want them back? Here you go. But they never set the parameters of how they wanted them back. It's like the fucking movie Pet Sematary. I personally thought the book was way better than the movie, and they had like a remake. They had one in like the 80s. They had one in the recently, whatever. I read the book, okay, when I was like a fucking child, which I mean, as a child reading that, you can tell what type of motherfucker I am. But okay, they summon the motherfucker back from the dead, and they come back, and it's them, right? They're back from the dead because the person said, I just want them back, but they're a fucking zombie. They're a corpse, and their skin is falling off, and they're like, their clothes are rotted off of them, and you see the fucking bones and tendons, and they're like, they show up, and they're just like, Gah. And then motherfucker that wished upon the monkey's paw opens the door. They're like, my son. Whoa. That's not my son. Because they didn't think about the fucking parameters. They were so in, I want this person now. I want them now. I want them now. That's why you get the shit version of the motherfucker you trying to manifest. Because you didn't sit to think about, well, I don't know what type of relationship, because the ego got butt hurt that the motherfucker left, or the motherfucker ghosted, or whatever story that the ego had going on, latched into the subconscious. So you sit in a firm, you sit in the closet, you're rubbing your balls all day, and you're like, I want motherfucker back, I want motherfucker back. They come back and they're a fucking shit show? You want that? Oh, okay. You cool with that, then by all means do you, boo-boo. But this is what I'm telling you, especially with like a person and a relationship dynamic. If you just robotically affirm, I want contact from this person, they contact you and they send you a fucking eggplant pic, that's what you wanted? I mean, like for real, my dude, they just, okay, if that's what you wanted, sure, but you're not being specific. So this is where I'm like, for any person, in my opinion, The relationship comes first. You have to build on a solid foundation, because motherfucker can come back, but there's still a whore bag. Okay? There's still an avoidant, whatever you want to call it. There's still whatever, a narcissist. Oh, Jesus, that's everyone's favorite fucking phrase, right? Yeah, but you wished upon the monkey's paw. I want them back, I want them back. Oh. And then they come back, and then they show up. So what did you do? You successfully manifested what? Another shit show? So that's the story of the monkey's paw. And this is why I advise, if anyone out there, you want to be like, because I've seen it play out. For me, I've seen it play out for other people. If you want a motherfucker to be in your life in a committed relationship, and you want them to be monogamous, and you want them to be open and loving towards you, but your ego is so fucking butthurt because they left you on red for 3 days, you'll get them back, but you're gonna get some weird fucking twisted version of them because you didn't specify. Because that's not coming from the I am. Because the I am is like, I am love. I am love. So only love and fulfillment and commitment can arrive to me, because that is who I am, and that's what I'm emitting. But the ego is like, I want this motherfucker back, I want this motherfucker back. Oh, okay. You gonna get the shitbag version of them if you don't change the fucking story, because the ego wanted results right now. So you sat and you listened to the goddamn motherfucker talking about manifestation, saying, if you save this sound, they'll text you in 3 seconds, and your ego is fucking desperate as fucking, and listen to it, and you get the shitbag version. You get the monkey's paw, you get the zombie at your fucking doorstep. Yeah, that's the fucking son, that's the daughter, that's the person who passed away, but it's not. It's like Pet Cemetery. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna bury this motherfucker here because I know it's gonna revive them, but they don't come back the fucking same. That's your doing. It's not your fault. It's not that you deserved it, but it's your doing, because you listen to the ego instead of listening to the I am, to the God self. You are just like, my ego wants it now, my ego wants it now. Okay, whoa. The same thing with money, the same thing with health. I mean, with anything, with your ideal body. I want this now, I want this now, I want this now, but you didn't think of the parameters. You didn't think of that, because the ego is just so focused on one thing, when the I am is like, everything is amazing, everything is perfect right now, I'm just going to let it unfold, I'm going to relax, I'm going to do me, because I'm the Lord and there is none else. So if I'm concentrated on myself as I adjust my hood, everyone else is concentrated on me. I don't want no zombie version of some motherfucker showing up. The fuck? You want to be with a person? Okay? How are they treating you in your reality? Are they treating you like you are the Lord and there is none else? Or do you just want them back because the ego is fucking butthurt? Because that's what I would recommend. And if you have a story about a motherfucker, I want them back, I want them back. Oh, but they're narcissists. Okay, so you're going to get them back, but you're going to get the narcissist. Because that's what you're saying. I want them back, but they're a whore. Okay, then that's what you're going to get. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm befuddled. Because it's like, you want them, but you didn't think about how you want them to treat you. You want them back, but they have a history of ghosting. Well, then, you know what, my dude? You accepted that history is valid in your reality. It don't mean it fucking is. It means you accepted it. So what do you have to do? I have this person, this person who I enjoy, the eye candy of the vessel, and I like their vibe. And this version, who I'm attracting right now, knows that I'm the Lord and there is none else, and they would never ghost me. They're always by my side. They would never leave me on red. You see what I'm saying? It comes from you. And a lot of those times you're not aware of even the stories that the subconscious is carrying. This is why your conscious and your subconscious, if they're not in agreement, if you are carrying yourself, this is what shifting identities is. You're not shifting the other motherfucker. You're not changing them. You're changing yourself, and you are being in alignment with the version of you who is being loved unconditionally by this motherfucker. So the only version of them that can show up is not the fucking zombie ass version. It's the version of them that they're loyal, they're devoted, they're in love with you, nothing ever fucking transpired, but you have to be the one to omit the past. You can do it, but you know, how easy or difficult, you know, that's up to you. Can you do that? So the thing with instant gratification, yes, manifestation is real. That version of them does exist, because the version of you who's loved and treated as fucking royalty that you are exists right now. But if you're not tapped into that, if you're going by the ego, I'm gonna rub on the magical monkey paw and they're gonna come back. Okay, yeah, they're gonna come back for a fucking booty call. You ain't getting no fucking commitment. Why? Oh, they are a whore. Okay, so they could be a fucking whore bag. That's what it is. Oh, but they're avoidant. Okay, so they come back, then they ghost you for a week, and then they come back again. Is that how you want to live? You want a relationship with someone, the relationship starts with you. Who are you in the fucking ideal relationship? And I want you to be really completely fucking honest, because everyone's relationship parameters are fucking different. You have to be honest with your fucking self, and you cannot and you will not accept something that you do not like. So you dealing with someone, they're like, I want an open relationship, and you're like, well, I want to be with them, so I guess I'm gonna have to deal with that. Okay. then that's what you're gonna fucking get. Or are you gonna stand firm in the wave pool, and you're going to stand there, and the waves are going to be coming through, but they want an open relationship, but they're a whore, but they're an avoidant, but they're a narcissist. You're going to stand there, and you're going to be firm, you're going to be solid, and you're not going to see, here's the thing, here's the difference with the waves. When the wave comes up and it's an emotion, you feel it. It's coming through your body, you let it out. But when you are awareness that you are the wave, and you're solid, you're the immovable object, then you're like, this is what I want in my relationship. My partner never leaves my side. My partner is always attentive to me. My partner is always loyal to me. That's it, whatever it is, okay? And then whatever shows up in the 3D, the waves are they're gonna try to crash at you, and then that's your moment right there where you're like, I feel the waves coming, yep, the 3D is like that, but I'm remaining untouched. I'm remaining untainted. I'm remaining immovable. The waves can crash over my fucking head. I don't give a fuck, because this is what I want. This is who I am. That's what it is. You remain firm in that. And then what you're doing is you are changing yourself. The waves are coming at you. They're showing you whatever the fuck they're showing you. Don't fucking matter. But you have decided who you are. You are in that relationship where that person is committed to you and they're devoted to you. And you don't change. You don't change based off of the shape of the wave that is presented to you. You are the observer. You change the shape of the wave. I'm in a relationship with so-and-so. They are so committed to me. Oh, they text me. They sent a pic of their fucking eggplant at 3 a.m. But I don't do booty calls. I don't do random meetups. I'm married to them. We're happily married. We're committed to each other. We don't do that. They don't need to send me a pic of their eggplant, because I always see their eggplant, because we're always together. So who are you? You get the eggplant pic. Okay. Interesting. That shows me that it's working, because they thought of me. They're thinking of me in that way because they're so attracted to me, because I'm the Lord and there is none else, and there is no one else for them to be attracted to. And however you feel like, if you want to respond to the eggplant pic or you don't want to respond, the eggplant pic is not deterring you. You're not going and saying, oh my God, but the manifestation failed because I was manifesting marriage and they sent me this eggplant pic. Well, then you're going with that narrative. You're letting the wave shape you instead of you shaping the wave and saying, oh, the eggplant pic. They think that they're gonna fucking send me that? You know what? I'm gonna ignore this shit. Whatever. That's not the version of them that I want. Okay. Or I'll respond. You know what I'm gonna respond? LOL. Wow, did it shrink? Whatever the fuck. I mean, don't fucking matter. Whatever comes to you in the moment, right? Don't fucking matter. Don't matter what you do or say in the 3D. No matter what they do or say in the 3D. Who are you? And this is why I tell people that I work with personally, I'm like, it's not those moments where things are fucking, you know, chill in the 3D. You're sitting eating dinner, watching a movie. Yeah, I got this. No, it's in those moments when you get some feedback in the 3D, which all feedback in the 3D is motherfucking neutral. But you get something and you sense the ego is getting that guard dog. It's like, what the fuck is that? I'm the Lord and there is none else. And in my relationship, my partner is always with me, so they don't need to send me an eggplant pic. So whatever that was a glitch. I know that I'm already with them, so however that unfolds, it unfolds. You ignore it. Let's say you decide to ignore it. So the next day they text you, hey, I miss you. Do you want to engage with that? Okay, it's a step up from the eggplant pic if you want a marriage with them, right? But then you're like, no. I want more. That's not what I deserve. I don't deserve I miss you. I deserve an action showing that they miss me because that's the version of that. Whatever the fuck it is. You hold firm to what you want. The same thing if you want to engage with them. If you're like, yeah, you know what, they sent me an eggplant pic. I'm kind of in the mood. Like, let's just go for it now. Whatever, right? If you're okay with that, and you're going to feel okay because it's not going to feel constricted. Then you go for it. But I don't know what you want. You see what I'm saying? Only you know. So that's where when someone asks me, like, what should I do in the 3D? A dog, I don't fucking know, man. What feels natural to you? If you're not going to accept just a pic of the fucking eggplant, then don't accept it. Just ignore it. LOL. I don't fucking know. Put a thumbs down emoji to the fucking pic. I don't fucking know what is going to make you feel natural in the moment where you're not expecting a response. Because when you're expecting a response or a reaction in the 3D, that is coming from your ego. That's not coming from I am. The I am is just, there's no response because it just is. We're already married. What is there to respond to? Fucking jack shit. You know? So that's what I got for you in terms of manifesting a person. How do you deal with them in that interim? Like, listen, I'm not saying they can't show up the next day ready to get married. They can, but that depends on you and where you're calibrated to. So if you're calibrated to the version of you where you're like, yeah, we're together, we're already married, that's it. The eggplant pic, like you up at fucking 3:33 in the AM. It's not gonna phase you. You'd be like, well, we're already married, whatever. You really don't need to lift a finger. I can tell you from firsthand experience. I can tell you from just conversations with people that have manifested. Like you don't need to do shit. Okay. All you do is stay true to what you want out of the relationship, but you don't focus on just getting them back, because you get them back and you don't change the official narrative of what made them dissolve from your experience or have shit go ape shit in the first place. You're gonna get that same version of them. So you have to become the person who is the Lord and there is none else. You're chosen above all else. Everyone exists to assist and serve you. Where are you calibrated to? Because if that don't feel natural right now, if you're feeling some sort of restriction in your physical vessel, then that's not your next step. And I'm keeping it real. I'm not going to fucking sit on here like some motherfuckers, oh, use this sound and they'll text you in 3 seconds. I'm not selling you bullshit. You can have that, yes. But I'm telling you, keeping it 100, okay? You know what the next thing that is going to happen for you. You already know. Because you calibrated to it. Because you know, it's just like, that's the next step, that's what it is. You don't give a shit about nothing else. You're not going to care. That's how you know. That's where you're calibrated. Now, if you want to calibrate to something different, you either go all in and you're like, you know what, this is what it is, and you remain firm, okay, or you lube it up slowly and you're like, why is this happening? You see, but if you're ready to go all in, you have to shift to already being all in that new reality now. The reality does not shift you. It can if you're stuck in the egoistic mindset, but you shift the reality. You shift the reality by no matter how, if the waves are going over your head in 3D, metaphorically speaking, and you're like, what is happening? Yeah, I don't even need to know how to swim because I am the fucking ocean. Bitch! You see what I'm saying? You are the waves. And when you realize that you are the waves in the 3D, it's just showing you whatever the fuck it is. You're like, oh, I don't really care for what's going on this channel. I'm going to change the channel. That's why manifestation is instant. Because in your mind, you shift how you're looking at the thing. Whatever wave tries to come and throw you off balance, you're like, oh, that looks like a big wave. Not bigger than me, though. I'm the Lord and there is none else. And you fucking expand beyond it. Metaphorically speaking. All for strictly entertainment purposes. You don't waver. Isn't it interesting? Waves of reality like are creating our 3D experience, right? They're like waves of energetic potential. And we say waver. Isn't it interesting? I never thought about that until just now. But the cut water, I guess, you know... opened my mind a little bit. So my suggestion to anyone, if you are on this journey with a person, if you do not start viewing how you want the relationship to look and who you are in the relationship, then that motherfucker can come balls to walls, say what's up, and there's still that zombie ass version with the monkey's paw. Because you listened to the ego that wanted instant gratification. The God self, the I am, the all, the universe, of the fuck you want to call it. It doesn't give a fuck because it's always gratified. It's here now. I don't need to do shit. And when you get, the more you can get yourself to the place of calm neutrality, the faster shit is going to move in your 3D. And that's what they call the flow state. Again, flow like waves, right? It's not waves of water, it's waves of energetic potential that are constantly being rearranged based upon your observation of that wave. So you get the eggplant photo. Oh my God, why did they send me that? I want to marry them, but they sent me a... Okay, well, there you go. Oh, they sent me an eggplant photo. Yeah. They're obsessed with me. I'm the Lord and there is none else. There's no one else for them to send an eggplant photo to. Who are you? You decide in every moment. That's why they say the timeline shift is instant, because you decide just based off of your perspective who the fuck you're being in the moment. Are you being the motherfucker that's sought after? Or are you being the motherfucker that's begging? Oh, I guess I'm gonna go for the eggplant at 3 o'clock in the morning when I don't want to, because that's all I can get. Okay, you cool with accepting scraps? Okay. If you want the full thing, then you can't waver from the full thing. I mean, I'm just imagining like a god or a goddess sitting on a throne, and that god or goddess is you, right? And then something is being offered to you, and your god, There is none else. You are the only one that that individual can offer anything to. They're going to offer you a pile of shit and you're going to accept it? That's something to think about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying. Because you got to hype yourself up first. You have to be that version that's fucking lit as fuck. I done finished my half a cup water. And I'm fucking lit as fuck. And my phone needs a power supply. So, I don't know what the hell. Oh, Anna, what is up? Welcome to the chat. How's you doing? Thank you for joining. I don't even know. I was having some cutwater mango margarita. I just I saw your message pop. I didn't see your message, but like I saw like the icon I have for you pop up on my phone, and I got some weird creeper text, which like I don't even know who that was. Like, and I'm so excited to see who that was, because I'm on DND because I have like the live stream going. You've been riding the waves in the ocean. I mean, hell yeah, that's what we need to do. That's what we about, riding the waves. Hey Alex, what's up? Thank you for joining. How long have I been on live? I don't know, man. Time doesn't exist. It could be 1 second or it could be an eternity. Who can be better than you in your own reality? The answer is no one. Monikara, good to see you. Thank you for joining. AI Summary says, a sermon on manifesting a relationship. Share your dating advice. I'm hilarious. Thank you, Alex. I always appreciate you. Thank you for joining. Welcome. I don't know how long you were in the chat, but I went on a whole cutwater rant. I don't know what it was. No one else exists. Exactly. No one else exists. Oh, God. I think I'm just going to finish on this because my phone, he needs to be charged. The thing is, like, when people ask me, right, they're like, what does that mean that no one else exists in your reality? It's like, okay, people exist based upon your awareness of them. So let's say you wanted to make someone disappear from your reality, whoever it is, all you would need to do is take your attention off of that individual, okay? You know what I mean? Ooh, Monikara, thank you. That was a great rant. Oh my God, that's so funny. So no one else exists, right? Because you're the only one thinking in your mind. So even if you're thinking, this motherfucker is in love with me, this motherfucker don't like me, whatever. Who's thinking that? That's why no one else exists, because you're the only perceiver, okay? But we're trained to listen to the outside. So if someone ignores you for one day, okay, and you're trained from the outside, oh, well, I guess they must not be interested, right? You're basing your assumption off of the outside. You're still accepting that is true. And then you're like, oh, they don't like me. Well, maybe they were just having a bad day and they didn't feel like talking to no one. And they ignored everyone. It wasn't just you, right? It's your perception. So if you drop anything, a person, a situation, a circumstance, whatever the fuck it is, if you drop it from your awareness, it cannot exist anymore. Because who's there to think about it? No one, because you're not. So you're thinking about, I'm enjoying this cut water. I'm thinking I'm enjoying this cut water. Okay. I'm enjoying these rain sounds. I'm enjoying my trance music. I'm enjoying these things, right? What else am I thinking about? So they're in my awareness, right? But if I don't want something in my awareness, I'm just going to tune it out. I'm not going to think about it. I'm going to be like, okay, that's gone. Who, what, like, I'm not even going to go with who or what. I'm going to be like, I don't know what that is. What is that? That doesn't exist in my reality. Ooh, thank you for the gift. So that's what that means. No one else exists because no one else is thinking. You are the only thinker. Even if you're thinking, this person loves me, this person hates me. They are not thinking a goddamn thing. You're thinking that based off of what you're seeing, based off of stories that you have going on about society or people in general, or subconscious shit going on. You're the only one that's thinking that. No one else is thinking anything. They can't. Like, you and your homie are on the phone and you have a thought and then they say it, but the thought originated from you because you're the only thinker. But because you have an agreement, you're like, this is my homie. Sometimes we have a telekinetic vibe. Then that's what it's going to play out for you. It's not because they are doing anything or not doing anything. You already set that story into motion. So everyone is you pushed out, which means that they're responding to who you perceive them to be. You perceive, this is my friend, this is my neighbor, this is my coworker, I get along with them, I don't get along with them, whatever it is, that's how they're going to show up. Because there's no one else in your mind. That's why everyone is you pushed out, and that's why no one else exists. Because if you took your awareness off the thing, it can't exist. If I'm looking at my magic 8-ball, right? I'm only looking at this. That's the only thing in my awareness. Everything else is tuned out. Does it really exist if I'm not looking at it? How can it? I have no observance of the thing and I'm the only thinker. Right? Even the voice in my head saying, oh, but look at the TV. Okay, then that's still me. It's not anything from the outside. It's the voice in my mind, which is me, because I'm the only thinker. That's exactly what it is. You know, it's like if you don't want someone in your reality, I'm going to affirm for this person to leave. What person? Who? They don't exist. You just take your focus off of this. And I was doing this before I even was aware of what conscious reality co-creation was. I was doing this. If there was someone that I didn't like, I would just not mention them. I wouldn't bring them up. If someone else brought that motherfucker up to me, I wouldn't even say anything. They'd be like, oh, so-and-so is having a get-together, or I hung out with so-and-so. And I'd be like, yo, the Yankee game on? Like, I would just omit it. And I've done this multiple motherfucking times, multiple different motherfuckers. I'm like, they don't like the fuck. You know what I mean? And then, like, the other person, they would be like, I just mentioned so-and-so. And I'm like, oh, your hair looks really good today. Did you do something different? Did you do some highlights? I would just completely, and I was doing this before I even knew about reality co-creation. Guess what happened? The motherfucker ceased to exist in my experience because I didn't fight with it. Like I said in my other question, you don't fight with a thought you don't like. You just leave it alone. You switch it out. How them Yankees doing? You know what I mean? You ignore it. You don't you're walking on the fucking street. You see a pile of dog shit. Okay? Are you gonna go and purposely step in it, roll around in it? Or are you going to walk around it like it doesn't exist? You asking during the Yankee game. Yo, I'm just saying. Whoa, Jasmine, what is up, girl? Thank you for joining. Is there a Yankee game on? I didn't even know if it was baseball season yet. I have no fucking idea. I mean, I think it's like spring training or some shit. Is it? I don't know. I ain't into baseball. I just said Yankees because that was the first thing that jumped out. Maybe it's relevant to someone. Yo. Oh, shit. Okay, my phone is like, we need some food. So that's what I'm going to, I don't know how long I was talking. I think it's time. When the battery starts powering down and the screen gets dim, it's time for me to just shut the fuck up for a hot minute. So, I will talk to all of you guys later. This will be posted on YouTube at a certain point. Time doesn't exist, but thank you all for joining, for the likes, for the shares, for the gifts, for the comments, for the scintillating conversation. Love you all, and I will chat again with you soon. Bye. The scintillating conversation. Love you all, and I will chat again with you soon. Bye.